23 games of NBA Finals experience on the roster. The Celtics have a combined 0 games of Finals experience. Tonight in San Francisco, Game 1 for Boston and Golden State. ESPN's Monica McNutt says the Celtics role players must play well.
It's going to be really interesting with the Robert Williams, Grant Williams thing, because we got to see like how they're going to guard Draymond, and if the Warriors are a little bit smaller, will Robert Williams be on the floor?
Monica McNutt on Bart and Hahn. Game 1 coverage of the NBA Finals starts at 8 Eastern on ESPN Radio and ABC. Quarterback Ryan Fitzpatrick is retiring from the NFL after playing for 9 teams over his 17-year career. Last year with Washington, he suffered a season-ending hip injury in Week 1. 18-year-old American Coco Gauff is the youngest woman to reach a Grand Slam final since Maria Sharapova back in 2004. After winning her semifinal today, Gauff will play number 1 seed Iga Swiatek for the French Open title.
A shorthanded summer staff calls for Indeed. Their hiring platform helps attract, interview, and hire candidates all in one place. Sponsor a job and instantly receive a short list of quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say it one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria. Live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studios.
That's right.
All right. Baton Rouge, what's going on? I am not Matt Moscona today. This is Anthony Ranaudo. I'm a former LSU baseball player and Baton Rouge native. I'm excited to be here with you guys today on this lovely Thursday. It's super hot outside. We're going to talk LSU baseball. We're going to talk Saints football. We're going to talk LSU football. And, you know, good news is you guys don't have to listen to me the whole day. I got 10 guests coming on. We got phone calls. We got people coming in. Good stuff. And, you know, to start off the show the right way, the man of the hour, the LSU baseball head coach, Jay Johnson. Are you with us?
Anthony, how you doing, man?
I'm doing great. How are you?
The only way I could be better is if you were pitching for us tomorrow. Then we'd be in great shape.
Yeah, but you guys got a pretty good squad, and I like the way things are heading out there. So you guys just got out to Hattiesburg today, correct?
We came in yesterday. Yeah, got some rest. Been a lot of travel lately, so it's good to get the guys some extra rest. Got out on the field, had a good workout today, and be ready to roll for tomorrow night.
Absolutely. So you guys had the first workout today. What's something that you guys focus on that you kind of getting the team ready, kind of getting them ready for the postseason, especially your first one here at LSU?
Yeah, today we just got familiar with the park to turf field, a little bit different dimensions than the box. So it's kind of usually our pregame routine on any Thursday before a Friday series. We kind of just stuck to that. I think the best thing we can do is make it seem like as much a normal game as possible, keep the players in the right frame of mind, and prepare the way that we always do.
Absolutely, absolutely. So talk to me a little bit about the team, how they're checking in injury-wise. How are we looking? Are you feeling pretty good about the squad that we're rolling out there, the pitching staff and all that, and everybody's roles?
Yeah, we've navigated through more injuries, I think, than maybe people know about throughout the year, and I'm proud of our team for doing that and continuing to win games through some of that. I will say in the immediate or the recent, last few weeks, we're probably as healthy today as we're going to get and as healthy as we've been in the last couple of weeks. So we're ready to roll and feel good about how we're going to be able to line it up tomorrow.
Absolutely, absolutely. Good stuff. So who's taking the ball tomorrow? Do we have an announcement yet on the starting pitcher?
No,
I'm a starting pitcher, dude. I gotta ask. I just want to know who's got the ball.
There's a lot more to this story than meets the eye. I've been wearing it for, saying Monday we're not going to announce until 90 minutes before. But as a young hitting coach in one of my first NCAA tournaments, a team lied to us about who they were starting. So we spent all week preparing for a guy that actually didn't end up pitching against us. And so I just said, all right, if that's how it's going to be when I'm going to be a head coach, then we're just going to hold out until the very end. And that's what we do. So there's no surprises. That's just how we're going to roll. I
love it. Does a team like that, is it kind of like a little team camaraderie there, like that you guys got this little secret going?
I don't think they care, honestly.
I love it. All right, good. So talk to me a little bit. I was a little curious. I've gotten to know you a little bit over the years. year that you've been here. But talk to me a little bit about the difference between, coaching at Arizona in the postseason and coaching here at LSU. I know you haven't gone through it yet, but you're kind of in the first taste, and you had the SEC tournament a little bit. So maybe talk to me a little bit about the differences and some of the things that you see here in the SEC.
Yeah, I think the first noticeable difference is the schedule, the SEC schedule. And, when I first looked at who we were playing on a road this year, it definitely caught my attention. And I think when you go through 10 weeks of that and then basically 11 with the SEC tournament, you just kind of want to get to the point, A, where you're in the postseason, B, you're healthy and your team's in the right frame of mind. I think the best part of it, though, is, you completely feel battle-tested. There's nothing we're going to see this weekend or next weekend or in Omaha that we have not seen already relative to talent or those types of things. So I think it's prepared us well, and I'm looking forward to the guys playing well and putting our best foot forward here in Hattiesburg.
Absolutely. When I was playing, it was a little different world. There wasn't as much media, right? We had media, but it was traditional sense at that time. And in today's world, there's so much social media and information out there. And I know, betting is a weird thing, but the odds kind of rule the world in this kind of stuff and the favorites and stuff. You guys are technically the favorite to win the regional on the road. How do you keep the guys in check where they don't get lost in that kind of stuff and they just kind of take it one game at a time and focus?
I think that's the benefit of probably playing in the SEC and the benefit of being humbled from time to time. I mean, we did win 38 regular season games, but we had a couple of series where we didn't win and maybe didn't play our best. And so I think the fact that we've had a little bit of adversity that we've had to overcome, it kind of lends you to, hey, you can't take anything or anyone for granted. And I kind of flip it on its head of, that's interesting that would be the odds, because we're actually the only team in this bracket that doesn't have a conference championship next to its name. So all three teams we're playing, have either a conference regular season or conference tournament championship. So I actually look at it the other way. And, more than anything, I want to help these guys make a run to the College World Series and play in Omaha. There's not a player other than the three guys we brought from Arizona that has played in the College World Series on this roster. So we want to make that happen for them. We want them to play their best. And I know they're super motivated and they won't be looking past anybody.
Yeah, no, I love that. And I'm happy you made it easy to transition into my next question for you, because, experience plays a big role in the postseason. And my freshman year, I was fortunate enough to go to Omaha, and we went, we lost 2 out of 3. But after that last game, I remember standing on the field and kind of looking around and saying, we're going to be back here. And I think the next year when we returned and we had so many guys that were on the team from the previous year, there was a sense of unfinished business and feelings like that. So, with the lack of experience, are you kind of leaning on the Arizona guys and some of their experience to try to teach some of the other guys and things like that? What's your strategy on that end?
Well, not really. I think that certainly helps. I think on the flip side, LSU did not just squeak into the regional, but they actually won the regional in Eugene last year. And there's some guys on this team that were a big part of that success. When you look at Dylan Cruz and Trey Morgan and Cade Doty and Gavin Dugas. And so those guys went through a loser's bracket. And I feel fortunate that they got to play 7 NCAA tournament games last year. So I think they'll know what to expect, having been on the road last year. I think, all hands are on deck. I think that was a awesome performance by Landon Marceau last year to pitch the first game and then come out of the pen in the last game. So they kind of know what a regional looks like in terms of what it takes to get through in 5 games. So I think in that sense, that's really good for us. And I think it's a new time. It's a new day. And last year, no matter what anybody did or where they played, has very little relevance on tomorrow. It's about throwing strikes, playing good defense, and taking a bunch of good ABs and competing our tails off.
Absolutely. Talk to me a little bit about the strategy in the regional. You said it's a turf field. Does anything change at all, with that? I know a lot of fields are changing to turf, and honestly, when I played, there weren't that many turf fields, but there were some things that we adjusted to. So does that make a difference at all when you've been playing on grass and then have to switch to turf for a 3 or 4 game series?
Yeah, not really. I mean, we were at Vanderbilt 2 weeks ago, which is all turf. So I guess that's a positive. We just did this, not even 2 weeks ago.
And you guys did all right there. That was all right. You guys did all right.
That was a good weekend. I think if we can replicate that weekend, everybody in Baton Rouge would be very happy.
Absolutely.
So we will go for it doing that.
Good, Coach. We're going to wrap up here in a couple minutes, but before I let you go, talk to me a little bit about what you're expecting from the fans. With an hour-and-a-half trip, again, I'm always relating to my experiences here at LSU and even the team's experience last year. They had to travel to the West Coast with a place only an hour and a half, 2 hours away. What are some of the expectations that you guys are thinking with the fans and kind of the crowd that you guys are hoping to see out there?
Yeah, I hope they come out in full force. We were very close to hosting. I mean, you could make an argument that maybe we should have. I think the fourth place team in the SEC was 17 conference wins and going 20-5 outside of league. Like normally you book it like you're playing at home. Didn't happen for whatever reason, and that's okay. And so the good news is that they didn't send us very far away. We're within driving distance. We know how much Tiger fans love their baseball and love their postseason baseball, and really hopeful they'll make the trek over and give us a lift, give us a boost, give us some charge.
Yeah, I hope they do, because I saw it. I saw on Twitter that some of the Hattiesburg, Southern Miss fans were tweeting that they didn't want to sell tickets to LSU fans, and they were going to try to find ways to somehow ban that. And I'm like, don't let any LSU fans get any wind of that, because as soon as they hear that, it's going to motivate them even more. They're probably going to tailgate even more. They're going to do things and be in the standing room only, whatever, right? So I'm excited. I really am. This is going to be a fun time for the Tigers. Like you said, it's not ideal, and you'd hope to host, and you guys probably played well enough. But this will be a cool test for the LSU fans and kind of see how they show up out there. I'm excited for you guys.
Awesome.
Yeah, Coach. All right, well, I'll let you get back to business, and we're going to wrap up here in a couple minutes and get ready. We're going to have Hilliard on as the next guest, so everybody please stay tuned. This is 104.5 ESPN.
AFR.
I am so thrilled to welcome Schutz Electric to the AFR family. Generac automatic standby generators. When the power goes out, your Generac home standby generator from Schutz Electric goes to work. CESofLA.com. CESofLA.com. Last year during Ida, we lost power for nearly a week. So many of you lived that again. That was the last straw for me and my family. Actually, it was the last straw for Erica. She was like, get a generator. So we did. We got an automatic standby generator from Generac over at with the folks at Schutz Electric. And the great thing about Schutz is last year after Ida, when generators were so hard to come by and everybody was trying to get them, John Schutz did an amazing thing. He went and bought a whole bunch of them, even though they were on months-long order. Well, now they have a ton of inventory, and they are ready to install, and they only use in-house installers. It's more affordable than you think for a Generac home standby generator from Schutz Electric. Look them up online, CESofLA.com.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
If you're in an accident, a car accident, a slip and fall where you're injured, you need to call an attorney. The defendant insurance company, it's their goal to close the case as quickly as possible and pay out the least amount of money as possible. That's why it's important to call an attorney and call the law office of O.C. Brown.
At the law office of O.C. Brown, we're a family-owned firm. We want to be your law firm for a lifetime.
This is a house call. This is a follow-up appointment. This is a diabetes checkup. This isn't just more convenient care, it's more advanced care. This is innovating healthcare at Louisiana's #1 hospital, Ochsner.
ServiceMaster Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact ServiceMaster Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. ServiceMaster Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning since 1996.
It's no secret. The best oysters in Baton Rouge are at Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar. Enjoy mouth-watering South Louisiana flavor and oysters from all over the country. And don't forget our nightly drink specials. Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar, located in downtown Baton Rouge.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by the Aesthetic Medicine and Anti-Aging Clinics of Louisiana, Baton Rouge, Lafayette, and online at theantiagingclinics.com. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
Welcome back to After Further Review with Matt Moscona, even though I am not Matt Moscona. I'm Anthony Ranaudo. I'll be with you here for the day. We got a bunch of LSU baseball in the first hour. We got LSU football in the second hour. We will be circling back with LSU baseball in the third hour. And if you guys are sick of LSU baseball, I'm sorry, but that's the majority of things going on. And we are joined by another LSU great, Mikhail Hilliard. Are you on the line, my man?
Yeah, I'm on the line. What's up, man?
What's up, man? How are you?
I'm doing great. Just got on the bus. Team just got a great workout in at Crunch Fitness, and we're feeling good about ourselves out here in Hattiesburg.
Man, I love hearing that. You guys just got there last night, right? I talked to Coach Jay. So you guys got in, got some rest, and you got your first workout in today?
Yeah, we had our first workout about an hour and a half, 2 hours ago.
Okay.
On the field. Took some BPs, did some ground balls, real skill feeds, and things like that. Came back to the hotel, got some lunch, and now we out here working out in Crunch.
Yeah, man, this has got to be a fun time for you, huh? Your last year here in the LSU Tiger uniform, you're having a great year, man. You're a leader of the team, and it's been so much fun for, I have a personal relationship with you. We've been friends over the years, and I got to know you, as a freshman during your first Purple and Gold World Series. So it's been super rewarding for me to kind of watch you grow and mature as a pitcher and obviously develop into that Friday night role this year and stuff. So what's some of the things that you're kind of relaying to the team as that senior leader and kind of getting them ready for this postseason?
I have many facets of things that I like to relay to the kids, just different things that I've seen in them over the course of 5 years, things that I've went through and had to face, but mostly just slowing the game down and taking it pitch by pitch. That's the most important thing to do. Trying to block, getting yourself mentally prepared before the game, blocking out anything other than baseball and the things that you care about the most, especially on the field. At plays its part in how much success we're going to have when we're on the field. And I think the last thing I would relay is just knowing that all the work that you put in leading up to that moment, it's going to pay off, and not have second guessing yourself in that moment, because in that moment it's go time.
I love that. I was talking to Jay about this. When I was playing, we didn't have as many distractions as you guys do, I think, and in the sense of media, social media, attention, things like that, right? And you were saying, just trying to stay focused and control on what you can control. But when there's so much noise, even around an LSU baseball program or with social media and even, people saying that you guys are the favorite of the tournament, how do you guys stay focused and stay grounded and just kind of do that? Like you said, focus on the things that you can control.
Well, I think before before this year. We didn't really have a game plan for that. It was mostly we knew what we needed to do, block out the noise, but it hadn't always worked. So Jay brought forth pretty much our best weapon against that, and that's to mentally prepare and be able to pick and choose moments where you know that you need to block out that noise or use it to your advantage. For me, I think it comes a little bit easier for me to block out that noise and use it to my advantage whenever I need to. But just being around Jay and picking his brain and listening to the things he says, it definitely clicked and gave me a lot of clarity this year whenever I am on the mound, and that's brought me a lot of success, being able to mentally lock in before the game and focus on the things that need to be focused on to give our team the best chance of success.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you and I did a podcast in the beginning of the year, and I was picking your brain on some of the new strategies and things that he was implementing and the coaching staff was implementing. And you talked a lot about this mental strength and focusing on the mental side of the game. And we've heard so many cliche lines in baseball, right? That the game's 90% mental and all these different things, right? So talk to me and let the fans get a little insight, what you're willing to share and stuff on some of the tactics, techniques, and maybe some new things that you guys are practicing that does correlate to that mental side of the game.
Well, for starters, we have a mental training specialist named Pauline. She comes to the field maybe once a month.
Yes. Nice.
And we just sit and talk for 20 minutes about anything. And it all relays back to baseball. Everybody has their little nicks or things that help them become better focused whenever they cross those white lines. And for me, I think that's taking it pitch by pitch and using my breathing routine right in between pitches to get myself re-locked or almost like a reset button after each pitch.
Yes.
And Jay's preached a lot about taking it pitch by pitch and not letting the last pitch affect the next one. So just knowing that and using my breathing routine, resetting, it's been a huge part of my process and how I go about my game.
Man, I love hearing that, right? And it's like something so innate, something that we do so many times a day and we don't think about, can be such a performance changer for you. And just even, it's like a little technical thing, right? You've always been a good pitcher. You've always had this skill set. You've always had this experience, but now you're just adding on that mental component. And it's funny how breathing and little techniques like that, right, can open up your mind to so many more possibilities and where you can grow. So talk to me, is there anything specific that you have, like a specific routine that you had to learn? Is there anything that was super eye-opening to you in your experience and that you take out that maybe the fans could look for on the TV or younger kids could kind of pick up while you're pitching?
I think everything that's shown on TV is that's just me. I'm very humble. I'm very quiet whenever I'm on the field, unless I'm thrown into tough situations where it gets me a little bit more fired up. But everything that everyone sees on TV or whether they're out there at the ballpark, that's me. That's everything. That's how these are things that I take into my everyday life. Being able to analyze each situation and attack accordingly, so to speak. So, I'm sitting right here next to Trey, and he could probably, nah, you don't want to go. But yeah, that's pretty much everything that I express whenever I'm on the mound. I go through my normal process of breathing and staying locked in, and there's also things that you can do, as in for another reset, I can say is I would sometimes turn around and I look at the scoreboard at one specific spot and focus on that, knowing that I'm in that moment, and it relocks me in. Or I'll turn and look at Trey, and he'll give me a fist bump like, let's go.
Yep.
And that'll relock me in. And those are factors that play into how we succeed. You can see it from Jordan Thompson. He turns around and after each pitch, he'll turn around, walk back towards the outfield. He'll look at the dirt, kick, give a few swipes at the dirt, turn him back around, and do his prep stuff.
Yeah. No, I used to do the same thing. That was my reset button. I had my little spot over the dugout. It was this little scoreboard at the box all the time in the top left. That was my refocus spot. So I really appreciate that. And it's pretty cool that you incorporate your teammates in that mix too, man. We're gonna wrap up the segment here in a couple minutes, but before I let you go, I wanna talk a little bit. You know, you've been the Friday night guy setting the tone, and we just talked to Jay, so he let us know that he hasn't announced the starting pitcher yet. So you don't gotta leak anything, but whenever you do get the ball, what's something that you're looking, to kind of set the tone with, and something that makes Mikhail Hilliard, that everybody will be looking for and be excited about this weekend?
Mostly just going out there each outing and taking the opportunity to try to become the best pitcher I can be, trying to get better each and every outing. And this is something that's relatively new, or it hasn't been going on since my freshman or sophomore year. But this is something that I've thought about leading up until probably like mid-season, and I don't need to stress anymore. I don't need to stay up all hours of the night wondering what I could have done better. This is more of something that gives me a little bit more comfort and lets me play a little bit more free will. I can show a little bit more energy on the field, get my guys all on the same page, so to speak, so we're not playing timid.
Absolutely. Man, I love that. And I know this year is going to be really special for you, my man, with the loss of your pops, and I'm sending you a lot of love, and I know that you're going to be pitching with a little extra chip on your shoulder this year, and I hope that you do everything to make him proud, and I know how much he meant to you in your life, and I appreciate you always opening up and sharing that with me and the fans and different things like that. So I wish you the best, my man, and whatever day you pitch, I hope it goes well, and I hope the Tigers come out regional champs, and I'm looking forward to you guys coming back here.
Hell yeah.
Yes, sir. All right, guys, stay tuned. We got Chris McGhee and Buzzy Haydel coming in the studio next. This is 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
AFR.
If you are even thinking about selling your home, I'm going to give you a phone number. I'm going to give you the only phone number that you will need. I'm going to give you Darren James's phone number. It's Darren's cell. Like, you can call this number, you can text this number, and you are literally calling or texting the phone number that Darren James has in his pocket or on his hip. I'm talking about the realtor that sells more homes than anybody. A guy on the Wall Street Journal is listed the top 1,000 realtors in America based on the number of homes sold. You ready? 335-7666. 335-7666 or agent225.com. Of course, you can go to the website, agent225.com. If you need to sell your home, you need to maximize your return on the home, you want a hassle-free, pleasant experience, you need Darren James. 335-7666 or agent225.com. If you need to sell your home, you need Darren James. Agent225.com.
Think real estate, think Darren James.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Bayou Ford has the new inventory to get you in a new Ford truck or SUV today, or customize your next vehicle just the way you want. All new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
Eli's always been into grilling. It took us a while to see it, but the signs were there.
What are you doing, Eli?
I knew grilling was my thing. I have been talking about it throughout my career.
Happy with the results?
I am. Got the new grill from barbecueguys.com. It performed great.
My advice, as I always told my boys,
do more of what you're born to do.
Barbecue Guys, for those who were born to grill.
You want cheese on your burger, Pops?
I'll take a little cheese.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
After Further Review with Matt Moscona, presented by the Aesthetic Medicine and Anti-Aging Clinics of Louisiana, Baton Rouge, Lafayette, and online at theantiagingclinics.com. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
We remind you about Michelli Weighing and Measurement, Michelli.com. That's where you can check them out, Michelli.com. Remember, at Michelli, they do offer ISO 17025 accreditation. You can learn more at Michelli.com and other accreditations and standard calibrations as well. Michelli.com, Michelli.com. All of their different services and products are at the website. The website is a great virtual font of resources. So many times, clients will say, oh, I didn't know you did that. Go to Michelli.com. The track system that they offer is a great asset. Track records, assets, and calibrations. It's an acronym. And what this allows you to do is track the status of the calibration of your devices. And then it also gives you a record of those calibrations at your fingertip online for free, 24/7, 365, so you can be more efficient. Michelli Weighing and Measurement.
And welcome back to After Further Review. I am not Matt Moscona. I'm Anthony Ranaudo, and my boys are joining me in the studio. I thought I was going to have to be here for a second and then talk to the people. I promised them early on that they wouldn't have to listen to me all day. So I was like, I got guests, I got people coming in, I got phone calls. So I was a little nervous. I was going to have to tell stories or something, but
sure you got plenty of those.
They were going to be good stories. Yeah, they were going to be good stories. So if everybody's listening or not watching, maybe they are. I don't know. We got Chris McGhee in the studio. You want to put this on? What up, dude? How are you? Yeah, just talking to the mic, dude.
It's right here.
Yeah,
It's a microphone.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. You've done it before.
Speaking to a couple times.
Yeah, we got volume on the side here so you can hear it. These are my guys, and the reason I wanted you guys to come in is that LSU, it's postseason baseball time. It's the best time of the year. And this is, I was kind of talking to you guys about it a little bit. I think it's super important. I'm a kid from New Jersey, and I came down here. I didn't have the LSU blood in me, that kind of stuff. I knew I wanted to play college baseball, and I wanted to go to the World Series, all that stuff. But it was individuals like yourself, that both of you guys, that hyped me up, kind of got me into the LSU kind of mode, that kind of stuff. And when we watch all the championship videos, all that stuff, and then you two especially were kind of like my guys that I would always be like, hey, I need you guys to pump me up when I get off the field. So I wanted to just talk a little bit about being from Louisiana, what that's like, the tradition here at LSU, and kind of the things that you see with this year's team, and if there's any correlation to 2009 and the last national championship that we had.
You first.
I usually get shy in front of the mic.
That's not
Chris.
true.
No. Well, first off, good to be here. Good to see you guys. Been a while. Chris, all you have to do when you're talking to Mike, just act like you're selling a life insurance policy to me. And then,
Or some investment.
Yeah, investment. It'll be easy. No, I think look, this is the fun time of the year. I heard you talking to Mikhail, and I didn't hear a whole lot of the Jay Johnson interview. I was too busy trying to sell auto and home insurance. But
that's important. It's Thursday at 3:00, so you're doing your job.
This is a good time of the year. Guys are out of school. All they have to focus on is baseball. You know, obviously we'd love to have it. You'd love to have the regional in Baton Rouge, but at this point, you know, beggars can't be choosy. So you take what you can get. And if I can be honest, I mean, there's no better place I think LSU would have rather been sent than to Hattiesburg, Mississippi.
Exactly.
Right around the corner. This is not a knock on Southern Miss. I was actually just looking at some numbers. I mean, obviously they did enough this year to host, and they've got a good team. But it's a pretty favorable draw for LSU.
They're
think
the favorite,
odds-wise, and with the fans being able to travel, get there, guys don't have to get on a plane. But so it's exciting times. To piggyback, go back around what you were saying. You don't. Having Louisiana guys on the team, look, you got to have good players. I said that all the time. It doesn't matter if you got really good guys it doesn't matter if you got good guys who go to school and make the good grades. If you don't got guys that can get people out or hit the ball out of the ballpark, you're not going to win. But what I will say is it brings back to a story with Matt Clark. And it was 2008, Matt Clark being from California. And so he didn't know the LSU way. And I remember Ronnie Rance looking at me in the dugout. He was like, could you go explain to Matt Clark who this guy is? And he was pointing to Ben McDonald. Oh, wow. He said, the greatest player in LSU history. He's like, he doesn't even know who he is. He's like, go introduce him to him. And I was like, what do you mean? He's like, this guy doesn't know.
Yeah.
You know? And so it's just a point of buying into this. And look, Matt Clark, there was nobody that loved watching the highlight videos more than that guy.
Yep.
And he had no clue who Brad Cressy was or who Gary Email was or any of those guys, Warren Morris, until he watched the videos and saw it for himself. Now, we wasn't able to do it in 2008, but we laid the groundwork for 2009. And so Louisiana guys know the tradition. You go back all the way to when Skip first got here, even before Skip. I mean, LSU was built on Louisiana guys. And when Skip's time, it was built on guys that, stayed for 5 years and then all of a sudden got their chance and win a national championship. I mean, that's not how it's done these days. But I think Louisiana guys are important, and they pave a way. They show the guys like yourself, Anthony, who bought in, obviously, and didn't hurt that you were
Still need Anthony to pitch.
What didn't hurt that you were 6'7" and threw the ball 96 miles an hour on a downhill plane, but with a off the table curveball. But
curveball was good.
Yeah, it was very good. Yeah. But and I remember those times. Look, we can sit here and tell stories all day. But you looked at me and I'm like, you want me to like push you and hit you when you come up the line? I was like, because I'm nervous. You're like, dude, I want you to rough me up. I want you to hurt, And so that's what we went with, and it was just exciting times. I still look at highlights of the Baylor game when we won 32. When I don't know why that one stands out for me so much in that regional.
That's one of my favorite pictures ever.
Yeah,
where it's he's coming off the field and me and you are on him, and then there's a hand that's going into his throat.
Yeah, really.
Looks like Chris is holding me up, choke holding me.
Yeah. Are we actually for this guy or trying to kill him?
Yeah.
But we were teammates, so it was fun.
We were for you.
But it was our thing too. Like a couple years after that, we had a little thing that we did, but that's the thing that I tell people all the time. I played pro baseball for 7 or 8 years, and LSU is just a special place, and it's the friendships that we have even years later, all this stuff. But like I said, it was really important to me, especially I moved in with DJ LeMahieu and Micah Gibbs, Texas and Michigan, right? So we didn't really know the LSU baseball tradition, and it was like I said, guys like you, and I think it's guys like that are on the team this year that are even guys like Clay Moffitt like last year, or the last couple of years. Like those are the guys that I feel like are DNA for LSU. Yeah.
And I think it's Louisiana guys, but also it's the relationship with the players and just them caring about each other. That's one of the things I've seen with this team a little bit. They've got their little boom box and they've got their thing. So it just feels like they're having fun playing and probably playing for each other.
Yeah.
And I think that bodes well when you get the postseason baseball, because you're out, especially when you go on the road.
Yeah.
You're not going to have 10,000 people like you would at Alex Box, on your side. So I'm excited to see how they perform in the postseason. And I still think their best baseball could be ahead of them. Yeah. I don't know that they've played their best baseball yet, so it'll be exciting to see what they do here in the postseason.
Yeah, this team, if you look at them, you watched last year's team, which they've got a little more offensive power this year, but they remind me a lot whereas the pitching isn't great, but they can go out hit themselves out of a regional, is what they did last year. And look, they've got a good performance from Coleman, and they had some guys step up pitching wise.
Happen, right?
Yeah, and exactly. And so it's a very favorable ballpark. So in Hattiesburg, the ball's can leave the yard. You look at Southern Miss; they've got 5 guys with double-digit homers. One guy's got 20, and hitting around 280, and their ERA is around 3. So I mean, look, quality ball club. You don't you don't get to host a regional,
but homework there, Buzz.
That's very impressive.
Yeah,
it's good.
So and coach some summer league teams there. You know about the ballpark. Back
you coach there?
The Marucci Black Sox back in the day, White Sox, whatever we were. So, but they can hit their way out of this regional. They can. They're going to have to find somebody other than McHale here to get some guys out. And you'd like to see Ty Floyd, Blake Money. That's the two usual suspects, right? But somebody's got to have a Coleman-type performance like he did last year when he went 7 innings or whatever he went and beat Oregon. So that's what's going to have to happen. It's no secret. I mean, baseball's not rocket science, right? You got to pitch in the clutch and hitting dominant pitch and hitting the clutch, the whole deal. It should be fun to watch, though.
But real question: so, do we not expect them to win this regional?
I'm expecting them to win.
I look at the baseball team this year. They made it to the Super Regionals last year. I think they've got a better ball club than they had last year. What do you think, Buzz? Maybe not.
No, I do. I just, for them being so talented, and nobody's a bigger LSU fan than the 3 guys sitting right here. We know this. For them being so talented, they can just look so bad at times. And I know that's baseball.
Sure.
I get that. That's baseball. You look at Vanderbilt back in 07 when they were hands down the best team, and it wasn't even close. They couldn't make it out their regional. Right. Florida goes 0-2 last year in their regional. Baseball happens. I understand that, but
yeah, well, then you see them play at Vanderbilt.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
These guys are world beaters.
Exactly. Yes. And in the postseason in a short time, right? And like small tournaments, like if the things click at the right time, that's where I think some of their best baseball could be ahead of them.
Yeah.
It's a matter of putting it together and guys stepping up, like you said.
I just don't I don't buy into the we'll see, it's year one. It's like, man, I think they're pretty talented. Well, I wouldn't be surprised if they wind up in Omaha in 2 weeks.
I would not be surprised at all, yeah.
No, and I mean if you really look deep into it, I mean, you see who they're paired up with the Super Regional.
Man, we got a shot.
Yeah. I mean, you're going to have to beat somebody at some point. Yep. But so you're not trying to knock a team by saying, "Oh, I'm glad we got in their regional," or "I'm glad we got paired up with their Super." That's not knocking them. It's just saying, if you had to pick somebody, that's probably the region you'd want, if you will.
That's what I was just going to say too. Like location-wise, they're not going to the West Coast this year. Like we had to do in 2010, and then last year they had to go.
Tennessee
exactly.
I'll say this, Coach Mainieri, and I don't know, you weren't. It was 2010. It was the year I helped coach. It was your last year, Anthony, and he said this, and I just was like, Coach is full of baloney. He's like, you guys are about to find out how tough it is to win a regional. When we were going to Los Angeles, and I thought, we're LSU. It doesn't matter for the 4 seed. We're going. Well, you realize you got
not as easy as we made it at times.
Well, you don't realize, or maybe you do realize how. Easy is not the right word, but how beneficial it is to be hosting that regional.
Sometimes I think we forget how hard it was when we were there. I mean, we played that game against who was that? Baylor in
3-2. Yeah, that was tough. We went 10 innings.
It was 10 innings.
The only time I pitched 9 innings in my career, and I didn't even get a CG.
Right, and so that
we were losing to Southern in the first game, going into the 6th.
Yeah, we all think, we won a national championship. It was easy. We had great players. That's not what happened.
Yeah,
it's tough to win.
Well, good. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back in a couple minutes with Buzzy and Chris. This is 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
AFR.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
If home is where the heart is, a roof is a shield. That's why for over 25 years, South Louisiana always turns to Garcia Roofing and Sheet Metal. For more information, visit GarciaDidMyRoof.com.
Bayou Ford has the new inventory to get you in a new Ford truck or SUV today, or customize your next vehicle just the way you want it. All new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
This isn't just another day. It's so much more. Kelly's life was put on hold when her auctioneer primary care doctor discovered a rare blood disorder. Her doctor connected her to an auctioneer care team of cancer, heart, and kidney specialists. With multiple primary care locations around Baton Rouge, same-day appointments, and online scheduling, we're relentless about keeping you healthy. Auctioneer Baton Rouge, innovating healthcare for Kelly.
And this year, 2022, it's time to finally treat yourself. Bring your boat to the next level with front-to-back boat service. You want the latest and greatest marine technology? You want to go to the place that has not one, but two NMEA-certified techs. Family-owned and operated by the Sherman family for 30 years, Front-to-Back is the answer in Baton Rouge for all of your custom boat needs. So head to front-to-backboatservice.com or find them on Facebook, Front-to-Back Boat Service.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Are you a licensed contractor? There's lots of good contractors in Louisiana doing work the right way, but unfortunately, too many unlicensed contractors are working outside the licensing requirements. Working as a contractor in Louisiana requires a license for the company doing the work. The Louisiana State Licensing Board for Contractors wants to help you get licensed to allow you to conduct work legally. It's not difficult to get the license. We can help you. Go to lacontractor.org for more information. Licensed contractors, it's the law.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
After Further Review with Matt Moscona, presented by the Aesthetic Medicine and Anti-Aging Clinics of Louisiana, Baton Rouge, Lafayette, and online at theantiagingclinics.com. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
And welcome back to After Further Review. I'm Anthony Ranaudo filling in for the great Matt Moscona. And the good news is you guys don't have to just listen to me talk today. I got my boys Buzzy, Haydel, and Chris McGhee here in the studio with me. We're going to chop it up and talk LSU baseball. We just talked about it for a little bit, but we were telling some stories in between sets here and talking about the big leaguers and that have come through the Tigers program, won some national championships here, and even guys like Josh Smith who just made their debut, Kramer Robertson, right? So that was really cool. I tried to have Josh on the show, but they have a 1 o'clock game. I guess that's more important.
The funny thing is when you talk to, like I talked to Doug Thompson, who obviously everybody knows pitched on the 97 national championship team for Skip Bertman, and we always, everybody wants to have the debate, who was the best national championship team, who was the best team to never win it, who was the best team in general. And one thing he always says, he's like, I'll tell you this, he's like, we were good back in the 90s, he's like, but I know this, guys make it to the big leagues nowadays. He's like, you come through LSU and you played for Coach Mainieri and you were the 3-hole hitter, or you were the starting shortstop, or you were the Friday night guy, you're in the big leagues. Or you made it at some point.
How about the run of shortstops?
The shortstop run is pretty impressive.
Like, that's incredible.
Yep.
These guys that are
playing
in the big league.
From 08 is when LeMahieu.
So if you can't,
08,
literally 08 to now.
Every shortstop?
Every shortstop. Because who was after Nola?
Right.
I mean, who was after LeMahieu? I just gave it away.
Nola.
Who was after Nola?
Bregman.
Who was after Bregman?
Robertson.
No, he got a cup of coffee, but we expect Robertson to get back up at some point.
Yeah.
And who was after Robertson? Josh Smith.
Like we're missing somebody in there.
Nope. Yeah, who? No?
I mean,
I don't know.
Like, I mean, somebody, yeah. I mean,
somebody
Chris
played
McGhee,
some
you
innings.
played shortstop one time.
I did. I got an inning in 09.
I mean,
I got some ground balls during BP.
That's what I'm saying. I mean,
against Tinkertoy Tech.
If we're talking to guys who got their name wrote in the lineup on Friday nights, you're talking every starting shortstop from 2008.
Wow,
pretty good.
What about center field too? I feel like center field has not been bad either.
Yeah, you could go through it as well. Stevenson,
Mikey,
Matuk,
Matuk
too.
There was another one too. I feel like too. There was another one. Stevenson and there was who's the Fraley? Was he a center? He wasn't a center fielder.
He played a little center, but you're right, Jake Fraley.
Yeah. So the
we were talking about Jake the other day. One of the more, I don't want to say underrated, but a guy that doesn't get his name mentioned a whole lot he's in the big leagues.
I was going to say under the radar.
Yeah.
Like not underrated, but just kind of slips under the.
Yeah, like he had a good career here.
He did.
It wasn't a splash, the
Right.
splashy stuff all the time.
Well,
I always had a great appreciation for him. Thought he'd play in the big leagues. I remember Javi telling me the day he recruited him that he thought he'd play in the big leagues.
Well, he was the best hitter on those teams that didn't have a whole lot of other guys, and it wasn't like he hit 380 with 17 homers.
Loud, yeah.
It was productive. Yes, it was good, but it was nothing to like wow you.
Right.
But
and baseball eyes knew he was a good player, and like you knew he probably had a good career. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's crazy, man. If you start talking about the big league players under Coach Mainieri, since Coach got there, I mean it's pretty crazy.
Is that
very impressive?
Is that how you would say you define better players? Like, would you define their big league career or their college career, especially when you're talking about team greats and stuff?
Chris, what would you say? That's a great question.
Oh, man, there's guys we played with that just unbelievable, college careers and then, didn't play in the big leagues. So, I think you would define the players, the talent. Play in the big leagues, man. I think that's kind of be the thing to look at.
Well, and honestly, I think that's where when I talk to Doug Thompson and you have these talks with these older guys, they're like, I mean, Big Daddy, are we talking LSU? Are we talking professional? Because you go with those late '90s big. I mean, it's not even close. I don't want to say it's not even close, but it's
here's the deal. We
big difference.
Love Paulie B. Paul Bertocini played for us. Great, all-time appearances. Would you rather be him or Rumbelow, who you really didn't know much here, and now the guy's like in the big leagues and
made a career.
Rumblow's the guy.
I think about that with relievers all the time too, like how guys were just college guys, and then you look up and they're 8 years in the big leagues as a reliever, and you're like, what? Like I made $10 million.
Florida.
O'Day.
Yeah.
O'Day.
I just sidearm. How the hell that guy in the big leagues for a decade?
Yeah, it's so
crazy.
wild to me.
Speaking of, you brought up our buddy Paul Bertocini. Can we put an asterisk next to Fontenot? I mean, I know Coach said we don't put asterisks in the record book. Fontenot got their career appearances.
Yeah, with 18 years.
For 12 years at LSU.
He's got a COVID year. He's been saying, I'm coming back for 3 years in a row. And I'm like, for what?
Look, Fontenot's a good kid. I'm not making fun. It's not his fault. He's just, it's like when when the team goes 50-6 and they play everybody, Tinkertoy Tech, it's not their fault. They got to play the team in front of them. He just is doing what
the opportunities that he has.
What the
keep calling his name out of the bullpen. He's running out there.
Keep running out there. I just think we need to get a little asterisk next to it.
I think we should put that in motion. I agree. Yeah. Paulie B is a legend too.
Yeah, 4 years.
Curveball's just thumping him in there.
Unbelievable. 87 mile or not, maybe 85 mile an hour fastball, but it's just the most reliable guy out of the bullpen.
Although I wanted to rag on our buddy Nolan Kane the other day, who let's give tip of the hat to that guy over there at Nolan at where is he at? Texas A&M. That program. Yeah, the Aggies over there. Not just him. I mean, he's not the head coach, but he has a lot to do with the recruiting and getting the players and holding them or sending them at third base. But great job by them, national seed, hosting a regional. But I was going to make fun of them because, or actually not make fun of them. Think about this, Chris, and Anthony, I want you to answer this question too. And I don't have a whole lot of experience of playing in games at LSU, okay? But I do have a lot of playing in inter-squad games during the fall.
Yes.
So who is the toughest guy to hit against, and who's the guy that you absolutely raked, and who's the toughest guy to get out? I'll go first. Nolan Kane, a big, barely man just throwing like that heavy ball. I could never hit him.
Really?
Paul Bertocini owned him.
Really?
Owned him.
You just knew.
And I'll tell him to this day right now, I used to.
Did you sit on breaking balls?
I don't think I did. I don't know. It was weird.
You just saw it well.
He came more fastballs to me maybe because he thought he could get me out. But I own Paul.
Yeah, I'll give a shout out to my guy, Ryan Verdugo, recently engaged. Congratulations, Ryan.
Yep.
But owned him. Probably hit like 800 against him. Like he was the reason I was actually able to stay on the team. I might actually be able to,
the fall batting stats.
We're going to put Verdugo in the lineup, so McGhee's hitting him. Maybe he can hit a lefty.
Coach is like, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Coach could
just
saw
Verdugo.
something.
If I could pit, maybe I should play against LSU, against Verdugo. But that would be one guy that I remember.
Okay. No.
Nobody owned me though.
Nobody owned you.
See, the weird thing
Everybody
is,
else.
the only thing that I remember is Blake Dean owning me. I mean, I don't know if you guys remember that
You
fall.
weren't the only one then.
I shoved that fall, got everybody out except Blake Dean, and he hit 6 home runs off me. It was like every at bat he hit a home run. I was throwing a changeup, curveball, home runs. I'm like, I don't want to face him anymore. So
You weren't the only one.
Yeah. But thank you guys for coming in. I don't know if you guys can stay for the next segment. I would love to have you. But if not, guys, this is ESPN 104.5 Baton Rouge.
AFR.
Love telling you about GMFS Mortgage because I love telling you about great people that can help you change your life financially. That's what GMFS Mortgage does every single day. GMFSmortgage.com. Maybe it's helping you as a family build wealth by realizing the American dream of home ownership. You own your own home. You start to build equity in that home. You start to build wealth. GMFS Mortgage can help you do that. Maybe you own your home, and with the economy doing what it's done here in the last year plus, you've had to tighten the belt a little bit. 7% inflation? My goodness. What if you could lower your monthly mortgage payment? Do you essentially give yourself a raise by lowering how much you pay every month on your mortgage? You can do it by refinancing your mortgage. When we refinanced our mortgage, we skipped 2 payments because of how they scheduled closing. What if you could skip 2 mortgage payments and lower your monthly mortgage payment? That would absolutely help you financially. GMFSmortgage.com. They can help. Find a local loan officer nearest you at GMFSmortgage.com. GMFS Mortgage, changing lives.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has $5,000 off the new 2022 Wagoneer. We have Wagoneers in stock with $5,000 off. All new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty. The crew at Bayou is going to do right by you.
The Queen is holding court.
Thank you, darling.
The brunch is everything. The mimosa is a Vizzy hard seltzer. The vibe is good. Vizzy Mimosa is a vibe.
Join 100.7 The Tiger and Our Lady of the Lake Ascension, Saturday, June 25th at the Lamar Dixon Expo Center in Gonzales.
Enjoy live music from Ted Durr, Mike Broussard and the Night Train, and Jamie Badron and the Kickin' Cajuns. Make sure you grab a delicious plate of jambalaya from the Mike Ward's Liberty Safes Jambalaya Cook-Off to raise money for the Alzheimer's services of the capital area.
The Swamp Pop Music Festival with Supreme Chevrolet.
Louisiana's country station.
100.7 The Tiger.
If you're in an accident, a car accident, a slip and fall where you're injured, you need to call an attorney. The defendant insurance company, it's their goal to close the case as quickly as possible and pay out the least amount of money as possible. That's why it's important to call an attorney and call the law offices of O.C. Brown.
At the law office of O.C. Brown, we're a family-owned firm. We want to be your law firm for a lifetime.
This is a house call. This is a follow-up appointment. This is a diabetes checkup. This isn't just more convenient care, it's more advanced care. This is innovating healthcare at Louisiana's #1 hospital, Ochsner.
ServiceMaster Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact Service Master Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. Service Master Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning since 1996.
This is SportsCenter.
I'm Doug Brown. The wait is almost over. Game 1 of the NBA Finals tonight in San Francisco. The Warriors have played Game 1 of the Finals at home 7 times, and they've won all 7. That's the best record in league history. Regardless of how many great players are on the roster, though, ESPN's Doris Burke says there is always one guy at the center.
The system is built around Stephen Curry and what he does. But he never holds his organization hostage. There is a humility that runs through Steph that I think permeates the organization.
Doris Burke on Greeny. She's part of our Game 1 ESPN radio coverage. Warriors and Celtics starting at 8 Eastern. The finals also on ABC TV. According to Forbes, LeBron James is the first active NBA player with a net worth over $1 billion. During his playing career, James has made more than $385 million in salary. Veteran NFL running back Frank Gore signs a one-day contract today to retire as a 49er, where he spent 10 of his 16 NFL seasons.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all of your car care needs. We're close, convenient, and known for our guaranteed everyday low prices and excellent customer service from professional parts people you can trust. Stop by your local O'Reilly Auto Parts today. O'Reilly Auto Parts. Better parts, better prices every day.
Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say it one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria. Live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studios. That's right.
And welcome back to After Further Review with Matt Moscona. Even though I am not Matt Moscona, I'm Anthony Ranaudo filling in. And welcome to the 4 o'clock hour. It's been great. We had a first hour, all LSU baseball. Jay Johnson, Mikhail Hilliard, had Buzzy Haydel in the studio, and my guy Chris McGhee. And you're still here with me. I appreciate that. Yeah. And we're going to kick off this next hour with a little bit of LSU football talk. We're going to mix in some LSU baseball still with Coach Mainieri and Kylie Maris. But first, we have LSU linebacker. What's up, Mike Jones? You on the line?
Yes, sir. What's good?
Mike Jones, what's going on, man? How are you?
Man, I'm good, man. Enjoying the summer, enjoying getting to work in.
Let's go. You guys had a workout today?
Yep. We had a workout this morning, and then we got some of the guys from the group of guys came and got their own work together, like, you know, within their groups. And, yeah, we got it in.
Very nice, very nice. So, for our listeners who might not know, you transferred to LSU last year, was your first year with the LSU Tigers from Clemson. So talk to me a little bit about the adjustment, what you're expecting this year, and kind of, you know, these Tigers versus the other Tigers.
Yeah, so I would say the biggest adjustment just would be playing in the box. My role at Clemson, I played the Isaiah Simmons position. And so my game was more outside in, you know, it was a lot more coverage. And it took me a while to adjust to playing in the box. You know, you got to be more physical, you know, and things happen a lot more faster. But, you know, it took a little time, but I feel like I've got a pretty good grasp of it. And so, you know, this year, you know, I'm just trying to come out and play my best ball, you know, and, you know, be who I need to be on the team, man. And hopefully just he have a great year, stay healthy, you know, and win some big games.
There you go. Hey, Mike, Chris McGhee here, man, and I appreciate you being with us. Just hearing you talk about being in the box and knowing that, you know, new coaching staff, maybe some, you know, different schemes, kind of a two-part question here. Do you feel like your role is still in that same type of zone, you know, in the box with this new scheme? And then talk to us a little bit about just changes in the scheme and what impact you think that's going to make on the team in the fall.
Yeah, I would say my role now is a little bit different than last year. You know, last year I kind of played a little bit of Will, played a little bit of Mike, you know, kind of just filled in whenever I needed. And then the last half of the season last year, I played some Sam linebacker, where now I'm just all playing Mike. You know, I'm all inside, every down. And scheme-wise, man, I say we're a little bit, not a little bit, we're a lot more multiple this year than I would say we were last year, man. We got a lot of talented guys, man. You know, we got great coaches that can help us put us in some great positions and show a lot of different looks. And so I think that's going to be interesting. People are going to like seeing that stuff, man. But we're very multiple, man. If you do a lot of things, man, got a lot of guys that, can fit in a lot of positions.
I think that's got to help if you're multiple trying to go against these offenses in the SEC.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool to hear.
Yeah, absolutely.
What are some of the biggest differences with the coaching staff, and it's been, I know you only had 1 year here last year, but what are some of the biggest changes for you that you've seen with the team?
I would probably say outside of the scheme, just the little things that the coaches emphasize. One big thing for me, with our defensive coordinator and, all our coaches on the defensive staff is just the importance of communication, from pre-snap and even, post-snap, talking throughout the play, and just making sure guys are alert and ready for certain things to happen, just in case, man. I feel like it's taken my game to another level, but also, it has helped my teammates be able to anticipate and, be ready to adjust, within the play, things happen. And so that's probably the main thing, just focusing on different little things, man. I hadn't been around a staff that was had so much on communication. And now, it is a part of my life every freaking snap. I got to, and if I don't, I feel like something's wrong if the communication is not up to our standard every play.
Absolutely. How's the team responding to the coaching staff? Is there, when there's a new coaching staff and stuff, it can go, a couple different ways. So is the energy good in the locker room? Is it something that, you guys are looking forward to and you guys are really embracing?
Yeah, I would say the energy is great. Like you said, it is something new, and, that can be a challenge for teams. But I feel like, we've taken it on head on, and, we've responded well, and guys are, really starting to fill the coaches out, man. I feel like at least, I know on the defense side of the ball, I know in the locker room, the linebacker room, we have a great relationship with our coach, man. I got mad love for Coach House, and, I know all the backers do too, and I got mad love for all the coaches. But, it's been fun, establishing these relationships with the news guys. It was maybe a little awkward at first for some guys, because, it is changing, and some of these guys have, they only came in with the guys who recruited them last year, or, they had a whole different coach the year before, so it was an adjustment, but I think we've done a great job, handling that.
Yeah, no, I think most people in Baton Rouge are really looking forward to the coaching staff, the changes, and kind of just the way that the team's going to embrace that. I think the fans are ready for that, and it'll be a lot of fun this year. I'm anxious to see how things are going.
Man. Me too. I'm excited.
Yeah, talk to us a little bit. Give us some names, dude. You got any names that maybe are under the radar right now that you're liking, that you're seeing at practice, and that some of the fans could be looking forward to that maybe we don't know about yet?
For sure, I'm gonna have to throw out my other backer, man, Greg Penn. He's going into his second year, man, and Greg has stepped up. Really just fully embraced the challenge, and has gotten better. He got so much better throughout the spring. Has become the guy the defense can depend on. So I'm expecting him to have a great year and just keep getting better as throughout the season goes. Of course, the guys that I'm literally almost every single guy that's transferred in has came in and made an impact on the defense. Joe, Greg, both the corners, McGhee, Darry, everybody, man. We're a really talented group, man. I've been around some good defenses, and I think this defense matches up with the best of when it comes to talent, and especially the bond we have, as a defense, man. I feel like we're a really tight knit group, man. We joke around, we have fun with each other, but also, whenever it's time to go to work, we all lock in and focus on our assignments, and do a great job communicating with each other and handle our business.
Man, I love that.
Yeah, Mike, it sounds like there's a lot of great energy around the program. Heard you talk about some guys just getting some extra work with their position groups. just kind of made me remember all the stories that you hear of the Joe Burrow-led practices where they're out there with no coaches and just the guys getting work in. So just kind of wanted to ask you, what do you feel, is that type of work ethic, is that what's going on in the program right now when you mentioned you guys going out there and having group work? Can you kind of just talk to what the work ethic is in the program at this point?
Yeah, absolutely. We all grinding. We got a big team of grinders, and I feel like there is a happy medium because we are working out hard, with our strength staff, in the mornings. But regardless, like I feel like it might be freaking all the positions on the team. I know for sure the quarterbacks and receivers, those guys are always going to throw. But I've seen offensive linemen going out there and getting work, D linemen getting work. I came back a little bit earlier, like 2 weeks ago, man, and I saw the freshmen in there getting work on their own. And that's just a big sign to, the character of, our team and the guys they bringing in, man, and the mindset, and the drive to, achieve the goals we have this year.
Yeah. Well, you talk about the strength staff, and I think that's a big part of it that maybe is overlooked some, that, now we've got new coaching staff, but now you've got a, entirely new strength and conditioning staff, which is huge in the summer. Those guys are pretty much spending most of the time with you guys. Can you speak a little bit about the differences that you've seen in that, and just the positive that you've seen in any changes in the strength staff?
Yeah, I think one thing that's been really interesting with our new strength staff is just the amount of attention based on speed and moving things fast. It's not as much, do all the heaviest weight all the time, which I feel like for a lot of programs and teams across the country, especially in college, that's what guys do. You load up the rack and, and you get strong like that.
It's strength.
But,
Strength
but, football today, you got to be able to move, you got to be able to use that weight. And these guys do a great job of making sure, all our strength training is, functional. We're finding ways to move, but also be strong within our lifts. And I think that's something that's going to help our team a lot. I think that'll really show up, when we go to play. I think that's something that really translates to the field.
Well, Mike, we're looking forward to it. This year is going to be a fun year. I'm looking forward to seeing you on the field. It's been really great to get to know you, man, over the last couple months. You've been in the shop at Cards and Culture, and I think I got to get you in for a podcast, man, because you just got, you speak so well, and we have a lot of synergy there, man, and I appreciate a lot of the insight that you've shared with everybody here today and answering our questions. So I appreciate it, man. Get back out there and start working hard and have a great year, man.
Thanks, Mike.
For sure, man.
Yeah. And Chris, man, thank you so much for joining me. And I know you're a busy man. You got to get back, beat the traffic. So
yeah, we're coaching the 7U traction black today, man. Got a little practice.
Good. That's good.
Getting ready for the weekend.
Yeah, we're talking baseball, get you right. But
yeah,
I appreciate you taking some time away from the job and the important job that you have in the financial world and managing people's money and everything. So
thanks for having me, man. I enjoyed it. Appreciate it.
All right, guys, stay tuned. We have Kylie Maris, and actually next segment we have Matt Barnes, the closer for the Boston Red Sox, coming in. We're just going to talk a little bit of baseball and kind of where their season's at and MLB baseball. So stay tuned. This is 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
AFR.
Rouse's is the official supermarket of LSU Athletics and the official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints. So if it's game day or any day, always get by Rouse's. Locations all over the state of Louisiana. You can find that location nearest you at rouses.com, rouses.com. We shop at Rouse's, love Rouse's. If it's going to get groceries, things even like formula for Drew or our everyday needs that you'd find at a grocery store, or if it's something like Sunday after church, we pop in. We love to go over to the market side of it. We love to go get the brisket and the sides that we love to do for lunch or dinner, grab-and-go options, sushi and seafood. They've got it all at Rouse's. If you're throwing a party, they've got all your party trays and desserts, and, of course, a great selection of local craft beer, all the domestics, large wine, and liquor selection as well. That is at Rouse's, where they have delivery and pickup options also. So order on the Rouse's app or at rouses.com. They'll bring it out to you. It's Rouse's, where this feels like home.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has $5,000 off the new 2022 Wagoneer. We have Wagoneers in stock with $5,000 off. All new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty. The crew at Bayou is going to do right by you.
It's no secret. The best oysters in Baton Rouge are at Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar. Enjoy mouth-watering South Louisiana flavor and oysters from all over the country. And don't forget our nightly drink specials. Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar, located in downtown Baton Rouge.
Eli's always been into grilling. It took us a while to see it, but the signs were there.
What are you doing, Eli?
I knew grilling was my thing. I have been talking about it throughout my career.
Happy with the results?
I am. Got the new grill from barbecueguys.com. It performed great.
My advice, as I always told my boys,
do more of what you're born to do.
Barbecue Guys, for those who were born to grill.
You want cheese on your burger, Pops?
I'll take a little cheese.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
This isn't just another day. It's so much more. Kelly's life was put on hold when her auctioneer primary care doctor discovered a rare blood disorder. Her doctor connected her to an auctioneer care team of cancer, heart, and kidney specialists. With multiple primary care locations around Baton Rouge, same-day appointments, and online scheduling, we're relentless about keeping you healthy. Auctioneer Baton Rouge, innovating healthcare for Kelly.
After Further Review with Matt Moscona, presented by the Aesthetic Medicine and Anti-Aging Clinics of Louisiana, Baton Rouge, Lafayette, and online at theantiagingclinics.com. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
Brought to you by Relief Windows and ReliefWindows.com. 288-8138, 288-8138, or ReliefWindows.com. Energy-efficient replacement windows, beautiful entry doors, hardy plank, vinyl siding. They do it all. And at Relief Windows, they will never take $1 from you until you are thrilled with the work. Seriously, no deposit, no down payment. They do not want $1 from you until you are thrilled with the work that they do. That's Relief Windows. And what a time of year. We are moving to the winter months, and this is the time of year when those leaky, drafty windows can become costly. Of course, lets the cold air in, the warm air from your heater out. Make your home more energy efficient. Lower your monthly energy bills. Increase your home's resale value with energy efficient replacement windows from Relief Windows. 288-8138 or reliefwindows.com.
All right, everybody, welcome back to After Further Review with Matt Moscona, even though I am not Matt. I'm Anthony Ranaudo filling in for him for the day, and we're talking a bunch of LSU baseball, postseason baseball, and actually right now we're going to talk a little MLB baseball. We got LSU football last segment with Mike Jones, and we got Jack Besh, LSU's wide receiver, in the next hour, but right now I'm joined with Boston Red Sox closer Matt Barnes. Matt, you on the line?
What's going on, man?
What up, man? How are you?
Doing all right. How you doing?
I'm doing well. I'm sorry about the IL stint. Is that how you say it now? I don't even know. Is that?
Yeah.
But unfortunately, you just went on the injured list for a little while. But wanted to talk just a little bit about your career. You know, you and I got pretty much drafted together. You were drafted a year after me, but we came through the minor leagues, and it's just been really fun for me to watch your career develop on the field and solidify yourself as an established pitcher in the MLB. And now we're even getting to do some business together too on the side with some of your personal brand stuff and things like that. So it's been full circle, and I just wanted to give our listeners a little insight into your mind a little bit and your life and some of the things along the lines of an MLBer. So, first of all, I do want to talk real quick. I know you're a UConn guy, right?
Yep.
You guys had a good little team. I was actually thinking that I was gonna bust your chops a little bit about LSU, but you guys had a nice team in UConn at UConn.
Yeah, they had a really good year. I followed them a bunch this year. I actually talked to Penders a bunch about it. I think they ended up the year 46-13. Just came off winning the Big East tournament for a second straight year. So they they got a good squad over there.
Very cool. And the reason I wanted to bring it up was obviously you played there at UConn. You guys had a great team, and you guys had a bunch of good big leaguers come through there during your time. And what I thought was pretty cool was that you went back and didn't you donate or made a something with the bullpen, right, in the field or something like that.
Yeah. So we back when I was playing there, we were at the J.O. Christian Field, bleachers, kind of little dated at the time, right? So Penders and the entire university had been working to try and get a stadium there, a much needed stadium. And I think one of the biggest things, first and foremost, obviously to compete with big schools such as LSU and your Virginias and Clemsons and and all these big time D1, you got to have the facilities. And second, in the Northeast, in order to practice outside when it's cold, you got to have turf because if you got snow on the grass, it's a nightmare to get it off, right?
Yep.
So we. I made a donation to the school and to the program, and in exchange for that, the home bullpen is named after me. So that was something that was, obviously super fortunate to be able to do and really cool going back and being able to see it.
Yeah, it's been fun for me to watch that journey through Instagram, and just watch you do that stuff. When you play ball and you do all these things, that's kind of the epitome of it all, right? Why you do it. There's purpose behind it, and you want to give back to the next generation, inspire the next generation, give them opportunities that maybe you didn't have and better their way of life. So I really honor that, man. It's really cool. It's cool to see that stuff and appreciate what you're doing for the game and for your university.
Thank you.
So talk to me a little bit about the MLB life. So you got drafted out of UConn, which is pretty cool because that's the New England area, right? And you got drafted by the Boston Red Sox. So that was pretty cool. And then, coming through the minor leagues, and then you get to make it to the major leagues with the Red Sox and even sign a deal with them. So talk to me what it's like being a Boston Red Sox player, being solidified, even coming from that area too.
Yeah, for sure, man. It's been incredible. I grew up on the other side of the river there, being a Yankee fan, right?
Me
but
too.
after, as I'm sure you were, being a Jersey guy, right? But the one thing that I can say wholeheartedly, man, is as soon as I got into the Red Sox organization, it couldn't have been a more first class place, right? From top to bottom, putting together a competitive team every year, giving us what we need, upgraded facilities, players, travel, hotels. You name it. Everybody from the top down to the clubhouse to the training staff. The training staff that we have, God, it's like. Feels like it's 30 people, right?
Medical staff is no joke in Boston.
Yeah, man, but it's been incredible. The fans in Boston have been incredible. Demanding, but in a good way, right? Demanding, but in a good way, right? They expect to win and they push you.
Matt,
I'll tell you what,
I tell everybody a quick story. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I think you'll appreciate this. My debut year, 2014, when we were up there. I pitched a game against the Rays, like 7 2/3, pitched well, came off the field, got a standing O at home. And 5 days later on my birthday, They had my name on the board before the game, all this stuff, but I pitched against the Orioles, and Adam Jones hit 2 bombs. Machado hit some balls off the – like, I got shelled in 3 innings, right? I get off the field, and I got booed and called names that I'd never heard. I got death threats on Twitter and everything. So it's like, oh, man, it's great. It really is. That's Boston for you, though.
Hey, man, I know. I mean, I had it. It happened to me. One of the worst ones happened to me a few years ago. Not 2 years ago, probably 17 now. We were playing in New York, and I gave up a run in the 8th to tie the game, right? So I think it was 2-2 going into the 9th.
Yeah.
Devers hit that oppo bomb off Chapman on 103.
Okay.
We take the lead and win the game, right?
Yep.
And I got death threats all over everywhere. And I'm like, I know that I gave up a run, but like, we won the game.
It's okay. Yeah, like we won still.
Like,
but the Yankees scored on you, dude. Yeah, you can't allow that.
Right?
Oh,
yeah, but you know what? I'd tell you what. I'd rather play through that and have to deal with some of it every once in a while. Because I'll tell you what, when you win in Boston, there's nothing like it.
No, absolutely, and that's
you know what I mean?
Yeah, you said it, and we're gonna wrap up here in about 2 or 3 minutes. I'll let you get back to doing your thing, but I think it's cool, like, right, like. I want you to kind of tell the story, 1, because it's funny, but 2, because it's how we connected in business and some of the things that you're doing off the field and things like that. But it stands true to Boston and their fans and the loyalty, right? But you have a nickname, Matty Backpacks. And so why don't you tell everybody a little bit about how you got that nickname and then some of the things that you're doing with it now?
Oh, crazy, man. So we years ago, all the guys always wear backpacks to the field, right? And whatever. You gotta bring some stuff over, you gotta bring stuff back to the apartment or the house with you. So everybody just wears a backpack to the field.
Right.
And after one game, we had some buddies who were over at a bar grabbing a couple of drinks. So I just went straight from the stadium and met up with them, and Jared Carrabis was in there, and I just walked in with my backpack on.
And Jared Carrabis is the bar. At the time, he was the Barstool, right?
At the time was with Barstool, right, over with DraftKings now.
Yep.
But so ever since then, he started calling me Matty Backpack, and it just kind of took shape and kind of got a foothold in Boston. So it's been really cool. And then obviously, we're working on some NFT projects with it. We're working on some merchandise stuff surrounding it, and trying to build the brand a little bit and trying to take it a little bit further, and kind of see where it goes.
Yeah, absolutely. But I think those are the coolest things, right? Those little stories, those inside jokes, they turn into something that is long lasting. It's been fun to, connect on that with you, but then watch even you post stuff on social media and people engage with it, use the backpack emoji and things like that.
For sure.
Yeah, it's been really fun to be on that journey with you, man.
For sure, man. Yeah, it'll only get better.
Absolutely. Well, I'm going to let you roll, man, and get that shoulder right, get back to work, and keep winning some ball games. Thank you for the time, Matt, and yeah, we'll talk to you soon, dude.
Always, man. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Everybody stay tuned. We're going to take a quick break, but coming back, we have Kylie Maris and PaulMainieri tuning in. We're going to talk a little LSU baseball. We're going to talk podcasting and what PaulMainieri is up to in this next phase of his life. So stay tuned. 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
AFR.
Take 60 seconds. Remind you about our friends at Insurance Network of Louisiana. For years, I've told you so many examples of your friends and neighbors, our listeners, who have called Insurance Network of Louisiana. This process is so easy. I don't want it to be intimidating because sometimes people think insurance, I don't know, I don't know what my coverage is. I haven't looked at it in so long. Don't be intimidated. At Insurance Network of Louisiana, the guys and gals over there are awesome, and they can walk you through the entire process. It's easy. It starts with one phone call. You call Insurance Network of Louisiana, they take a little bit of information, and then they go shop. They do all the work for you. And then they'll come back with you and let you know if they were able to find you better coverage for less money. It's basically like this, the analogy I give. Would you hire an agent if you were an athlete that could only negotiate with one team? Or would you rather hire an agent that can negotiate the best deal among all the teams? That's Insurance Network of Louisiana. 293-0450 or lainsurance.net.
Bayou Ford has the new inventory to get you in a new Ford truck or SUV today, or customize your next vehicle just the way you want it. All new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
And this year, 2022, it's time to finally treat yourself. Bring your boat to the next level with front-to-back boat service. You want the latest and greatest marine technology? You want to go to the place that has not one, but two NMEA certified techs. family owned and operated by the Sherman family for 30 years. Front to Back is the answer in Baton Rouge for all of your custom boat needs. So head to fronttobackboatservice.com or find them on Facebook, Front to Back Boat Service.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Are you a licensed contractor? There's lots of good contractors in Louisiana doing work the right way, but unfortunately, too many unlicensed contractors are working outside the licensing requirements. Working as a contractor in Louisiana requires a license for the company doing the work. The Louisiana State Licensing Board for Contractors wants to help you get licensed to allow you to conduct work legally. It's not difficult to get the license. We can help you. Go to lacontractor.org for more information. Licensed contractors, it's the law.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
Call Mr. Electric today.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by the Aesthetic Medicine and Anti-Aging Clinics of Louisiana, Baton Rouge, Lafayette, and online at theantiagingclinics.com. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
DraftKings is an official sports betting partner of the NBA. And all throughout the NBA playoffs, of course, the finals are almost upon us. All throughout the NBA playoffs, remember, bet just $5 on any NBA playoff game. And if the team you bet on wins, they'll give you $150 in free bets, boom, instantly. But you got to use the promo code Baton Rouge. So download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Use the promo code Baton Rouge. Again, download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Use the promo code Baton Rouge. Bet just $5 on an NBA playoff game. If it hits, you get $150 in free bets. Also, if you're not a new customer, same game parlays. The more legs you add, the more money you can win. If one of your legs doesn't hit, no worries. They'll refund you $25 in a free bet only at the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use the promo code Baton Rouge. 21 and older, physically present in Louisiana. Availability varies by parish. Eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for full terms and conditions. Licensee partner Golden Nugget, Lake Charles. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-7-STOP.
Welcome back to After Further Review with Matt Moscona. I'm Anthony Ranaudo filling in for him today. We made it through halfway through the second hour, so it's 4:30 hour, and I'm joined here with Kylie Maris. Thank you.
What's up?
Not much. How you doing?
Good.
And so Kylie is the granddaughter of Roger Maris, if you guys didn't put that together with the last name. And if you guys aren't baseball fans, if you are, Roger Maris played for the 1961 Yankees and broke the home run record. He also played other years and with other teams and things like that. Unfortunately, didn't make it to the Hall of Fame.
Did not, no.
But over 400 career home runs, a lot of great things.
Impressive resume.
Yes. And you have a broadcasting background, so
I do.
We have a podcast together.
And we also do with Coach PaulMainieri.
PaulMainieri, who is on the line. Coach, are you with us?
I am, Anthony. Hello, Kylie. How are you guys?
We're not on the purple couch today.
Yeah.
Not on the purple couch.
No.
Not on the
Darn
purple
it.
couch.
Well,
Are you?
We'll do the best we can.
Yeah. Are you on the golf course right now?
Well, I just got off the golf course, Anthony, if you would care to know. Yes, I'm actually in the wonderful city of Omaha, Nebraska, where we've had some great memories.
Yes.
And I'm visiting my good friend Jim Hendry, and we just got off the golf course, and I get a chance to talk to you guys about college baseball, I guess.
Man, I love that. And you, obviously, you know this because we've been talking about this for a couple months on the podcast, but I've just really enjoyed, your journey after baseball. You've taught me, you've had a tremendous impact on my life and a lot of my friends and guys that played on the team. So I've just enjoyed watching you have some fun and enjoy your, post-career life. So I think for the first segment, I kind of just want to let everybody know kind of what you've been doing and kind of give some insight of what you're, comfortable sharing, but let everybody know the life that you're living a little bit right now.
Well, it's been the strangest year of my life, that's for sure, Anthony. After you've done something for your entire life, I mean, I don't remember life not wearing a baseball uniform, beginning at about 4 years old.
Right.
And then, of course, 4 decades as a college head coach. So it was a big adjustment for me after the season ended last year, and I felt a little bit lost. But my new passion is golf, and I was telling somebody the other day that I was a member for 15 years at University Club while I was the coach at LSU, and I think I played 1 round of golf in 15 years. But since July, after I retired, I think I'm up to about 120 rounds of golf.
Oh, my God. Yeah.
So, I play almost every day. I really enjoy it. I've met a lot of new people out at University Club and other places. And it gives you a little bit of an outlet for your competitive zeal. You try to, not so much competing against other people as much as trying to make yourself better.
You even got a hole-in-one.
Well, that's called a blind squirrel finding an acorn, Kylie.
I think you got 2 of them. Like one of them is
every
like that, but
20
2,
years
right?
or something. I think that's what he said.
Well, yeah, holes in one are very, very lucky shots, and I'm not really good enough to be getting holes in one, but once in a while, I hit a lucky shot. But, when I'm not playing golf, I'm playing with my grandchildren and this spring following college baseball. But it's been different because, I miss being out on the field working with the young men, and I've missed the big games and the competition. And I especially miss now being in the NCAA tournament and trying to get to Omaha.
Absolutely. So what are some of the things that you would be doing around this time, in the postseason? If you guys were on the road, what's some of the things, we had Jay Johnson on at the top of the hour to start the show, but what were some of the things that you would prepare the teams for, and especially, like I said, on the road?
Well, obviously today you'd be preparing to start a regional tomorrow, and I always enjoyed the Thursdays before the regionals. You had a practice on the field, and then the other teams would practice as well, and then you had a pre-tournament meeting. There was a pre-tournament press conference, and just the excitement of building and knowing you were 5 wins away from going to Omaha, and you knew your players were excited. Listen, the 56-game schedule is, especially the 30 games in SEC play, are such a grind, and the competition is so tough, and every day is a new challenge, and some days your team plays great, and other days, they don't play well and you don't win. And your first concern is to, win the Western Division. You want to win the regular season. You want to get to the SEC tournament. You want to win that. But then when the NCAA tournament begins, that basically that's the whole season. That becomes the fun part of it, that you're, like I said, you're 5 wins away from Omaha, and you're trying to get your team into a mindset that they can do it, that they're as good as anybody or better than anybody. And, hey, let's just take it 1 game at a time and see if we can get to Omaha. And once you get to Omaha, we'll battle it out with 7 other great teams in the country.
Absolutely. When you put it that way, only 5 wins away from Omaha.
I was about to say, that's a perspective to put it in.
Yeah, I really like that. And they just showed our national championship, us hoisting you on our shoulders in the stadium. So, with the experience that you had going to Omaha and winning a national championship, especially early in your tenure, what were some of the kind of the things that you would relay to the team from an experiential standpoint about Omaha, right? Because this team doesn't have one player that has been to Omaha. They went to a super regional last year, obviously, and they've been tested there. But what's something that Jay Johnson, is kind of looking to instill in his team right now, especially with lack of experience in Omaha?
Well, Anthony, we've had some really good teams through the years. You know, I was the coach for 15 years. Of course, one of the years was cut short because of the pandemic. So we competed to try to get to Omaha 14 times. Our first year there was, was a tough year, but our second year, which was your first year there, we got to Omaha. And even though we didn't win it, that great win against Rice when they were the number one team in the country with the great come from behind win, it even though we went 1-2 in Omaha, I felt that kind of laid the groundwork for the next season. And of course, in 2009, we were ranked number one preseason, and then we ended up winning the national championship. But unfortunately, in the rest of my tenure, we never had 2 consecutive years of going to Omaha. And I thought that hurt us a little bit in trying to win the national championship, because you remember how confident our team was in 2009. I said many times to people, I could tell we were going to win the national championship on the day before the tournament started when we practiced in Rosenblatt Stadium. Of course, back then the tournament was held in Rosenblatt Stadium. But I could just tell the calmness and the confident way that our players were carrying themselves in 2009. I honestly felt that nobody was going to stop us. Yeah. Our practice days were so good. Nobody was getting bored. You know, they were crisp, confident practices, but nobody was pressing, and nobody was, so anxious that they didn't play the game with their natural ability. And of course, we won the national championship. And we never won another one in my tenure, and that certainly is not a regret, but a void in my life, because we had so many good teams. In 2012, we won the SEC championship, but we didn't get to Omaha. We lost in the Super Regional. In 2013, we had a great team, and it was the first time in the new stadium, and I just felt like had we gone the year before, that 2013 team certainly could have won the national championship. We were good enough, but we lost a couple tough games out there. Then in 2014, again, we had a really good team. We were finishing strong, and we stubbed our toe against Houston in the regional when we were in the catbird seat, 2-0. We had a 4-0 lead in the 8th inning. Couldn't close out Houston, and then we had a terrible game the next day. Well, then in 2015 we had a great team, and I felt like had we gone in 2014, that team would have certainly been capable of winning it all. And then same thing in 2016 and 2017. 2017 we had a great team. The Eric Walker injury hurt us, and we lost in the finals to Florida. So, look, it's not to say you can't win when you haven't gone to Omaha the year before. But the experience of being in Omaha, I think the year, in consecutive years, really helps a team. They play with more confidence, they're more calm, and so forth. But the reality is we didn't make it to Omaha last year. So all these kids who were young players, freshmen last year in many cases, or COVID freshmen, you know what I mean? They didn't get to play in the postseason the year before. We just didn't have enough to quite get over the hump and beat Tennessee in the Super Regional last year. So this year, they got to do it without having gone to Omaha last year. But I think they're very capable, because I think the experience of winning in Eugene, Oregon, the regional last year, and even just playing in the Super Regional is going to give so many of those veteran players on the team this year the experience that they needed, at least to get through the regional and Super Regional and get to Omaha.
No, absolutely. And that's what I was talking to Jay about this morning, was that experience factor. Kind of like I said the exact same thing in 2009. It was like we went there and we knew we were taking care of business and kind of knew what to expect and had that little chip on our shoulder. So no, I appreciate that, Coach. And I don't know if you have enough time, but we're going to take a quick break. But if you do, I would love to have you on the next segment, and we could talk a little bit more specifically about this year's team, and then even maybe some of the things that Skip taught you and then you have kind of passed along to Jay. I think that would be pretty cool for the listeners if you're available.
Sure, no problem.
You're the man, Coach. All right, guys, we're going to take a quick break, and we will be back shortly. This is 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
AFR.
AFR is brought to you by Clegg's Nursery. Buy local, shop local. For more than 60 years, Clegg's Nursery has served the greater Baton Rouge area. You know the 4 locations: Sigourney Airline, LA 16 in Denham, Mid-City on Donmore, and the Garden Center on Greenwell Springs. Spring has sprung and summer is here, y'all. Summer is here, and it is the perfect time to get by Clegg's Nursery. If you want to get into that lawn and get rid of all those weeds, they've got the weed killing cocktail for your lawn. You want to add a pop of color to your flower beds, to your patio pots. Nobody has the selection that Clegg's does, as their full greenhouses with truckloads of plants and flowers arriving every single day. Any of the 4 Clegg's nursery locations. And remember, Clegg's is partnered with True Value Hardware Store, so anything you'd find at a True Value Hardware Store, you'll also find at Clegg's Nursery. So buy local, shop local, and tell them Matt sent you in. The Clegg's Nursery.
If you're in an accident, a car accident, a slip and fall where you're injured, you need to call an attorney. The defendant insurance company, it's their goal to close the case as quickly as possible and pay out the least amount of money as possible. That's why it's important to call an attorney and call the law office of O.C. Brown.
At the law office of O.C. Brown, we're a family-owned firm. We want to be your law firm for a lifetime.
Service Mastery Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact Service Mastery Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. Service Mastery Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning since 1996.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Kids have staked out their place at Ochsner Medical Complex The Grove, where more than 30 pediatricians and pediatric specialists are all conveniently located under one roof, so you can spend less time driving and more time keeping your kids well. Yes! It's no wonder kids call dibs at The Grove. Ochsner Health Center for Children.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
Bayou Ford has the new inventory to get you in a new Ford truck or SUV today, or customize your next vehicle just the way you want. All new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
It's no secret. The best oysters in Baton Rouge are at Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar. Enjoy mouth-watering South Louisiana flavor and oysters from all over the country. And don't forget our nightly drink specials. Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar.
After Further Review with Matt Moscona, presented by the Aesthetic Medicine and Anti-Aging Clinics of Louisiana, Baton Rouge, Lafayette, and online at theantiagingclinics.com. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
Welcome back, Baton Rouge. This is After Further Review with Matt Moscona, even though I am not Matt Moscona. I'm Anthony Ranaudo filling in, and I have Kylie Marison here with me right now. PaulMainieri on the line. All three of us have a podcast together called Beyond the Box, and it journeys a little bit about Paul's post-career, some of the things that he's doing in leadership in the community, and kind of still talking baseball. So we catch up and talk all kinds of things.
Recap the week before.
Yes, exactly. On the Purple Couch at Cards and Culture. So if you guys are interested, we have a YouTube channel. You guys can check it out. We have a podcast. You guys can subscribe. But more importantly, today we're talking a little bit LSU baseball, and we are talking postseason. So, Coach, if you're still with us, I would love to know kind of Skip's advice and maybe a story or maybe some things that he advised you on, kind of before your first postseason and stepping into this role here at LSU?
Well, Skip was, I don't even think it's arguably the greatest coach in the history of college baseball. And even though I didn't directly replace Skip as the coach at LSU, obviously it casts a big shadow, and everything you do as the coach is going to be compared to what Skip did, and nobody can match what Skip did. 5 national championships in a 10-year period. That's pretty ridiculous when you think about it. Nobody can even dream of doing that anymore. Right. But the thing about Skip is I've known Skip since I was 11 years old, growing up in Miami, Florida, and Skip was the baseball coach at Miami Beach High School. So when I was a youngster, our families actually were friends. My dad, of course, was a junior college coach, and Skip would feed a lot of players to my father at Miami-Dade Community College. When Skip became the coach here at LSU, and I remember I had gone to LSU, played here in 1976, so I already had very fond feelings about LSU. But then when Skip took over, basically a family friend is the coach. I followed from a distance, and always rooted for LSU. So when Skip approached me about becoming the coach here, Anthony, it was one of those things where, honestly, I was very happy at Notre Dame. I had turned down several other job opportunities, including inside the SEC. But with Skip, you just couldn't say no to him,
Yeah.
And when I got the job, Skip and I had a very clear agreement that he wasn't going to tell me how to do things. I was 25 years already experienced as a head coach in college. And the reason he wanted me to be the coach is because we had some success at the other places. So he had all the confidence in the world that I would do the job. But I wanted Skip to kind of be a counselor for me and give me advice on different things. And he gave me many, many little tidbits throughout the time that I was the coach here, especially when I first was hired by him. He was the athletic director. So, like, for example, he would tell me, don't be afraid to lose a game early in the year because you're experimenting with different players. You have to find the guys that you're going to believe in when you get to the SEC schedule and beyond, especially in the postseason. So you can't find out what guys can do unless you run them out there and give them a chance to succeed or to fail on their own. And so, when I coached, early in the season, I would do some different things and let guys have an opportunity to show that they can be somebody that we could count on. And if they didn't, then somebody else would get an opportunity. But once we made the decision on who we were going to go with, then we would stick with it and let that player continue to develop and just believe in them. And I've always felt that those were the most important decisions that a coach ever makes, is who are the personnel that you're going to tie your wagon to, hitch your wagon to.
Yeah.
Who do you believe in? Like, I believed in Anthony Ranaudo. I was doing an interview earlier today with Leah Van, the beat writer, for the with the Advocate, and she was talking to me about the starting pitching and so forth, and I told her, when we went from 2008 to 2009, we didn't have any starting pitchers returning.
Yep.
In 2009, Anthony Ranaudo had only thrown 13 innings the year before as a freshman. He had had an arm injury and only had thrown 13 innings. Yep. And yet I saw something in him during fall practice that I knew I could believe in this kid. It wasn't because he had a great track record in college baseball at that point, but he became our Friday night starter and an All-American. So you have to find out who are the players that you can really believe in and that you're going to go with. And, as a coach, you're going to be judged based on the efforts of the players out there on the field. Like I've said 100,000 times, I never threw a ball or hit a ball or fielded a ball or ran the bases. You're being judged as a coach by the efforts of the young men that you're putting out there on the field. So fortunately, Anthony Ranaudo didn't let me down. He went out there and became an All-American and led us to a national championship. And I could tell that story 100 times about different players. So that was great advice that Skip gave me. Because when you're at LSU, you're so under the microscope, and people are talking about you all the time. And there's a little bit of a football mentality that you should win every game, regardless of the sport. Well, we know in baseball you can't win every game. And so sometimes if you're not careful as a coach of LSU baseball, it's not that you're not trying to win every game, you are, but sometimes a short-term failure can lead to long-term success because you got to find out about the guys and then decide who you're going to believe in. And that was one very important bit of advice that Skip gave to me when I first got here is, you try to win every game because everybody, is going to be there and want to see you succeed, but you can't find out everything about your players unless some of the players fail and know that you can't count on them down the stretch run. So that was probably the biggest point of advice that he gave to me.
Man, I love that. And even too, the response to failure is super deep, and just teaching that lesson is huge. And I know you've definitely relayed stuff to Jay and given him, advice and different things like that and made yourself available. So I'm excited to watch the Tigers this weekend. Unfortunately, we're getting ready to wrap up this segment, Coach. But I'm excited about the Tigers. What's your prediction really quick? We got 30 seconds.
I think they've played really well on the road all year. So a different environment. Our team last year had an experience of winning a regional on the road. I don't think they could have got a better draw than going to Hattiesburg, and that's no disrespect to anybody there. But they can win this regional, and then hey, you got to win a series in the Super Regional to go to Omaha. I think they can do it. I think they've got the team to do it.
Absolutely. Well, Coach, thank you so much for your time. Get back to the golf course and enjoy retirement.
In Omaha.
Yes. Stay tuned, guys, for the next hour.
See you guys next week.
Yep. This is 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
AFR.
Always a pleasure to tell you about our friends at the Williamson Eye Center. Check them out online at williamsoneye.com. They've got locations all over the greater Baton Rouge area. On the Baton Rouge General Campus, you turn off a Bluebonnet onto Picardy, you make that right. And then right there at the stop sign, the building on the right, the first two floors, that's the Williamson Eye Center. State-of-the-art dry eye center, and it's full service. Of course, they have their state-of-the-art surgery center there where you can have your LASIK or whatever surgical procedure you're having. But they have your standard annual eye exam as well at the Williamson Eye Center. Learn more at williamsoneye.com. The thing I tell you every day is take the advice that I was given and change your life. To give yourself the gift of sight is absolutely incredible. If you're someone like me who spent your life with contacts or glasses, there is a way to be done with it forever. williamsoneye.com. Go see Dr. Blake Williamson for that free consultation. 924-2020. 924-2020 or williamsoneye.com for the Williamson Eye Center.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has $5,000 off the new 2022 Wagoneer. We have Wagoneers in stock with $5,000 off. All new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty. The crew at Bayou is going to do right by you.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
This is a house call. This is a follow-up appointment. This is a diabetes checkup. This isn't just more convenient care, it's more advanced care. This is innovating healthcare at Louisiana's #1 hospital, Auctioner.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
And this year, 2022, it's time to finally treat yourself. Bring your boat to the next level with front-to-back boat service. You want the latest and greatest marine technology? You want to go to the place that has not one, but two NMEA-certified techs. Family-owned and operated by the Sherman family for 30 years. Front-to-back is the answer in Baton Rouge for all of your custom boat needs. So head to fronttobackboatservice.com or find them on Facebook, Front to Back Boat Service.
Are you a licensed contractor? There's lots of good contractors in Louisiana doing work the right way, but unfortunately, too many unlicensed contractors are working outside the licensing requirements. Working as a contractor in Louisiana requires a license for the company doing the work. The Louisiana State Licensing Board for Contractors wants to help you get licensed to allow you to conduct work legally. It's not difficult to get the license. We can help you. Go to lacontractor.org for more information. Licensed contractors, it's the law.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
I'm Doug Brown. Tonight in San Francisco, Game 1 of the NBA Finals for the Warriors and the Celtics. So far in these playoffs, Boston is 7-2 on the road, and Golden State is 9-0 at home. ESPN's Vince Carter says watch for some of the lesser-known Warriors to make an impact.
They have bought into the system and the way Golden State plays for these moments. And I think Jordan Poole and Kuminga and Moody, guys like that, are going to play huge roles in their select minutes, and they're going to surprise people.
Vince Carter on Key J and Max. Our Game 1 coverage starts at 8 Eastern on ESPN Radio and ABC TV. Stanley Cup playoffs tonight. Game 2 of the West Final for the Oilers and Avalanche in Denver. Colorado leads the series 1-0, but they won't have goaltender Darcy Kemper. He's out with an upper body injury. 18-year-old American Coco Gauff will play in the French Open final after a straight-set win today. It'll be Gauff's first Grand Slam final, and she will play world number 1 Iga Swiatek, who's won 34 matches in a row.
ESPN Radio is presented by Progressive Insurance. Progressive Commercial Insurance flexes to fit your business's needs. From quick repairs to adjustable coverages and even payment options, Progressive Commercial makes it easy to get what you need. Quote today in as little as 6 minutes at progressivecommercial.com.
Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say it one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria. Live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studios. That's right.
All right, everybody. Welcome back to After Further Review with Matt Moscona. I'm filling in for him. I'm Anthony Ranaudo. You guys made it to the final hour. Thank you, guys. If you guys have been with me, thank you. I appreciate it on your drive home, wherever you guys are. Maybe you guys are just listening because you guys like the show. I don't know. But I'm excited. Today, we've recapped LSU baseball, the postseason, all that stuff. We've had a few LSU football guys call in, and we're going to keep that trend going. I got LSU wide receiver Jack Besh on the line. What's up, man?
What's up? How you doing?
Good, man. How are you?
I'm doing well.
Good.
Just getting into football workouts and all that stuff.
I love it. I know you're a busy man, and I know we got to let you go in about 10 minutes, so we're going to keep it kind of short. But I just wanted to catch up with you, man, and just kind of let everybody know kind of what's going on with you, the team, all this stuff, summer workouts. So talk to me. How's the team looking? How are you feeling? How's the adjustment to wide receiver going?
Yeah, everything's been well. Getting back in the receiver room has definitely been a lot of fun. The team looks good. Everybody's been working hard this first week of workouts, and we're about to wrap up everything tomorrow for the week. I know we got a camp or some stuff like that out of LSU tomorrow, so that's going to be cool. But no, everything's been good.
Man, I love hearing that. You're healthy? Everything is feeling good on the body?
Yes, sir.
Oh, man, that's great news, man. You had a great freshman year, so talk to me a little bit about that. That mindset that's a little different now, right? You have a little bit more of an expectation on you. Obviously, you're switching positions, so maybe there would be a little bit of curiosity still. But coming in as a freshman, there's not as many expectations on you. So talk to me a little bit about that role this year and maybe if you're playing more of a leadership role.
Yeah. Last year kind of came in, not many expectations. Being one of the last kids to be picked up. But no, this year is definitely going to be different. I know not only for me, but for a lot of us that were freshmen last year that did a lot, or even some of the older kids. And really the leadership role thing, that's really Coach Kelly wants everybody to be a leader. He wants everybody to be accountable and all that different stuff. And then obviously the expectations this year, I mean, are definitely going to be higher. The older you get and the more experience you get, the more expectations you're going to have. And obviously you're going to have to lead the team, on the offensive side of the ball. We have we're going to have a really solid offense this year, which I'm really excited about.
Nice.
It's going to be explosive and all that different stuff. But now I'm just excited to get the season started with, to get into summer workouts and do all that stuff.
Yeah, absolutely, man. So talk to me. Obviously, I'm not familiar if the wide receivers coaches are all new, if the whole staff is new. But obviously, it's an overall coaching change from the head coach to the strength staff, all of that stuff. We talked to Mike Jones, earlier in the show, and I had Chris McGhee, one of my friends, on, and we were talking about that. So what's been the biggest adjustment, whether it's been the coaching staff, discipline, study hall hours, or strength staff and the way you guys work out? But give me some of the differences from the previous coaching staff and some of the new stuff that you guys got going on.
Yeah, it's just a lot more detailed. There's much more care about all the little things we do on a daily basis.
Yeah.
Which I kind of feel like is going to elevate us and separate us, and which is also going to have us have a way better season than we did last year. We all want to win. We're tired of losing and different stuff like that. So, and not only that, but everybody's locking into all those little details, and everybody's growing from it and getting better. So, like I said, we're all really excited, and we know what we're doing is going to help in the long run. So,
yeah, no, I love that. I'm excited to see what the new staff and some of the new faces. So, Mike gave us some names, on the defensive side of things, but maybe you could give us some names on the offensive side of things that maybe some fans don't know about yet, maybe some newcomers that are really impressing you, and maybe the staff, and like I said, some names that we could maybe be looking forward to this fall.
Yeah, really, our whole wide receiver room, like anybody could be due at any different moment.
Nice.
I guess I'm just gonna keep it pretty general, but like all the running backs, John,
yep.
And all of them, O linemen, obviously. Will Campbell, Emory Jones coming in, like new faces like that. Different people like that. Obviously, different transfers that have come in. And obviously the 4 quarterbacks, which all y'all know. But no, we're going to have a solid team, tight ends as well. Everybody's been growing and everybody's been making huge strides. So we're all just, ready to get into workouts. Like I said, this was our first week. We're ready to just keep going, keep practicing, keep doing all that stuff, and keep getting better day by day. And put it all together whenever it's time to.
Yeah, absolutely. Good stuff, man. So, something that's new, and this is, it happened last year for the first time, but it was in the fire, and it just happened really quick right around your guys' football season. So, talk to me a little bit about the NIL, right, and kind of the second year and how it's matured a little bit. So, you don't have to go into detail about deals if you don't want to, but maybe just talk to me a little bit about how that's changing the experience for a college athlete, and then obviously a little bit more specific to you because you're a bigger name on the football team, which is obviously the biggest sports team here in town and, commands a lot of attention. So, yeah, talk to me about that. I'm a little curious to hear your perspective.
Yeah, I think NIL has been pretty cool. If, you know how to manage it right, I guess you could say. I guess some people can get their minds too much wrapped, around it. And but, I mean, it's fun to have, a couple extra $1,000, but the real goal is, to have the real money once you get to the NFL. So I mean, I guess people and people are realizing that more and more. How things go, but really, there still really aren't that many rules around it. It's still kind of just like the Wild West, and you can really do anything, and NIL, you can really just do anything. There's no really rules or anything with it right now, but that's probably going to be changed sooner than later, I would assume.
Yeah.
And yeah, just me more specifically, I've done a good bit, or not a good bit, but I've done 2-3 local deals, here in Baton Rouge, and we'll see how things go. But whenever we get closer and closer to the season, that's going to get lower and lower because I'm going to start focusing on the season completely for the most part. So I mean, because like I said, that's what matters the most out of everything.
And that's how you really get paid, like you said, right? You got to perform on the field first before you can get any other accolades or worry about any other marketing dollars that you're going to get off the field. So,
right, 100%. Yeah, you got to definitely ball on the field first.
Exactly, and you got your head on right, and you know that, and that's what makes me excited, man. And I'm excited to watch your season this year. And but real quick, how difficult is it to with that attention, right? Like that pull a little bit, knowing that you could make a couple extra $1,000 or you could get this social post or you could go do this, right? In a world of social media and attention and all the clout stuff, how do you stay focused on that? Is it just keeping that tunnel vision and saying like, nah, I'm here for the next level, you know, or winning a national championship or whatever it is, like that keeps you grounded?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, all that stuff doesn't really matter. Like, it's cool, but it doesn't really matter. Like, who really cares about it if you have it, but you're not doing good on the field? Like, it just doesn't really matter. I mean, like you said, kind of like that tunnel vision and that laser focus. But in my eyes, like, all that stuff doesn't really matter. So, I mean.
Yeah. Well, Jack, man, this has been great to catch up with you. I got to have you in Cards and Culture again. We got to do a podcast before the season, so that way I can let you focus and just win some ball games. But really appreciate your time. I know you got to go to a meeting and focus on that schoolwork and all that stuff. So thank you, man, for your time and good luck out there. Stay healthy and I hope you guys have a great season.
Man, thank you. You all have a good night.
Absolutely, absolutely. All right, guys, stay tuned. I got Derry Beckwith coming on, former LSU football great, played in the NFL for a minute, and is doing great stuff in the community with the Derry Beckwith Foundation. So he's about to call in the next 5-10 minutes, something like that. Stay tuned, guys. This is 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
AFR.
Love telling you about River City's 1 hour air. 752-0001. 752-0001. Love telling you about River City's 1 hour air because I love telling you about great companies that treat people right. That's River City's 1 hour air. They make you feel valued and they make you feel comfortable. When you schedule service with River City's 1 hour air, when technicians come into the house, you get a phone call, an email, and a text message alerting you the technician's on the way. You get a text message with a picture, a photo, name, and reviews of that technician who's coming to your house. They take the time to explain everything. They're very thorough. They have equipment on the truck because they're so big on continuing education. They have equipment on the truck other companies don't even own, never even heard of. River City's 1 hour air. Nights, holidays, weekends, they'll always come out. They'll never charge you extra. River City's 1 hour air. Got a problem with your home central AC? Call River City's 1 hour air. 752-0001.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
If home is where the heart is, a roof is a shield. That's why for over 25 years, South Louisiana always turns to Garcia Roofing and Sheet Metal. For more information, visit GarciaDidMyRoof.com.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has $5,000 off the new 2022 Wagoneer. We have Wagoneers in stock with $5,000 off. All new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty. The crew at Bayou is going to do right by you.
This isn't just another day. It's so much more. Kelly's life was put on hold when her auctioneer primary care doctor discovered a rare blood disorder. Her doctor connected her to an auctioneer care team of cancer, heart, and kidney specialists. With multiple primary care locations around Baton Rouge, same-day appointments, and online scheduling, we're relentless about keeping you healthy. Auctioneer Baton Rouge, innovating healthcare for Kelly.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644.
After Further Review with Matt Moscona, presented by the Aesthetic Medicine and Anti-Aging Clinics of Louisiana, Baton Rouge, Lafayette, and online at theantiagingclinics.com. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
Brought to you by the Aesthetic Medicine and Anti-Aging Clinics of Louisiana, Bluebonnet in Baton Rouge, Ambassador Caffrey in Lafayette, and online at theantiagingclinics.com, theantiagingclinics.com. If you want to look and feel like your younger self, the Aesthetic Medicine and Anti-Aging Clinics of Louisiana makes that happen. Hormone replacement therapy, don't need an appointment. When you're on routine therapy, you go in on your given day, whichever day is best for you. You're in and out in less than 10 minutes. The Aesthetic Medicine and Anti-Aging Clinics of Louisiana. A simple blood test can let you know if you're a candidate for hormone replacement therapy. Feel better. So many times you don't know how bad you feel until you start feeling good again. They can help you out. TheAntiAgingClinics.com, TheAntiAgingClinics.com.
Welcome back to After Further Review with Matt Moscona. I'm Anthony Ranaudo, filling in for the legend today. You guys made it to the final hour, so we got a couple more segments, but I'm really excited about this one. I got one of my guys, Derry Beckwith, on the line with me. Derry and I actually crossed paths for a year at LSU, and we didn't know each other too much at LSU, but we've crossed paths afterwards and in our post-career work. So, Derry, thank you so much. I appreciate you, man, calling in.
Anthony, man, I'm so glad to be a part of it. I do miss the purple couch, but I guess this will have to do. But the purple couch, man, takes the cake. But this will have to do. Tell Matt. I'm gonna tell Matt personally. He needs to get a purple couch or some type of couch in the studio.
That's exactly right. That's exactly what I took out of my time here today. Is that I need a couch in here if I'm gonna do this. That's so great that you brought that up, man. Yeah, because I'm only going to keep you for 10 minutes, so I didn't feel like I needed to get you the couch. And I had you on my podcast, I kept you there for 45 minutes. So, yeah, we were talking about the purple couch at Cards and Culture. Derry came on and did a great podcast and talking about some of his work that he's doing. So, Derry, thank you again. And so talk to us a little bit. You played at LSU. You played in the NFL. I just want to give people a background, and not that they forgot you, but just to remind them about the platform that you had and the time spent here. So you're a Baton Rouge kid and got to play at LSU, right?
Oh, absolutely, man. It was a dream come true. I had the opportunity to go to Parkview Baptist High School, play for the late, great Hall of Famer Kenny Guyot. I learned a lot of discipline, a lot of integrity, and different intangibles at Parkview that carried me to LSU. And my time at LSU was phenomenal. Not a lot of kids can say that they're from their hometown. Literally grew up 5 minutes from the stadium. I grew up on Stephen and Perkins. So once you hit Burbank, you're right there on LSU campus. And so it was a blessing to go to LSU. Look, I never thought that I would play at a high level like that. And not only play at a high level, but start for 3 years, have an SEC championship, and then have an opportunity to win a national championship in your backyard right there down the street in New Orleans. So it was a wonderful time. And like I told you on the Up and Out podcast, man, that the great thing about it, that my whole experience at LSU was not about me. It wasn't about me making tackles or having sacks or pumping the crowd up. It was more for me that my family got to experience things that they never would have got to experience. I mean, they got to travel to away games. They went to Kentucky. They ate at the famous gas station of Ole Miss. I know you talk about the great fried chicken at this gas station in Oxford, Mississippi. So they experienced things, went to Tennessee and got to see that beautiful town in Knoxville. So those things, for me, I cherish that the most. That they got to experience things that normally they wouldn't have got to experience.
Man, I love that perspective, right? And I know you and I have talked on so many levels of this stuff, but it's such a great message for people to understand, even kids that, players that are playing nowadays, just to have that perspective. And if a kid can have that perspective even nowadays too, right? It'll make his experience, even his or her experience, that much more enjoyable. Just to have that perspective and to express gratitude in the moment, right? If you were a kid at that time, and when you were a kid and you were just thankful for that and being like, wow, this is a great opportunity for my family, rather than always looking for the next thing or worrying about, performing on the field, it puts things into perspective and makes sport, have its purpose and what it's for. It's awesome to hear that.
Oh, absolutely. It takes the pressure off yourself as well. And like you just alluded to, you always worried about performing and doing things the right way on the field, or baseball, or football, whatever it is, basketball. And so I think a lot of student athletes, if they put things in perspective and realize, look, this is not about you. At the end of the day, your legacy is going to be, what did you do to help someone else? And so by you going and playing at a prestigious university like LSU, you're doing something for your family members that, trust me, they would not have had the opportunity to do if it wasn't because of you. So that is going to relieve a lot of pressure, knowing that, look, I'm doing this for my family. Win, lose, or draw, I know at the end of the day, family will always be there. So if they keep that in mind, I promise you, their career in college sports will be a lot more easier.
Man, I love that. I love it. So you play at LSU, you win a national championship, you're an undrafted free agent, you play in the league for a little while, and you have some injuries, and then what? You talk to me. Obviously we know that you have the Derry Beckwith Foundation, but how did that come about, and what's the purpose and what you're doing every single day?
Well, so man, like I said, I had the opportunity to play in the NFL briefly for 2.5 years. I was with the San Diego Chargers on their practice squad for 2 years. I was active for a couple of games.
Yep.
And so, look, LSU, I thought it was going to be a high draft pick. Not saying first round, but at least, third or fourth round.
Yeah.
And when my name didn't get called, man, it was heartbreaking. And so at that particular point in time, I didn't really know who I was or what kind of identity that I had, because it was all wrapped up in the helmet. It was wrapped up in the football. And so my NFL career did not go the way that I wanted it to go. And so when it was over with, I was done playing. I had no idea what I wanted to do until I got a phone call from a former teammate of mine who was struggling. And he played at LSU. He's an All-American. He got his degree because that's what they tell us to do. But at the same time, he was struggling with life. And at that particular moment, when I got off the phone, God gave me the vision on what to do. And that's when I started the Derry Beckwith Foundation. I said, we need to start in the high school sector. We need to start with high school student athletes and begin to cultivate and develop them with an identity outside of sports. And so that's why the Derry Beckwith Foundation was created, because I went through it, and I've seen a number of my teammates go through it in college. Even if guys do play a long time professionally, when they're done, they still have an identity crisis. So, and that's why we started, to give kids a different identity outside of sports and let them know, look, you will be successful with or without this. And so that's what we do, type of enrichment programs and keep these guys developed for when that day comes.
Man, I feel like I can't shout that loud enough, like what you said, and I just want to repeat it, because the identity crisis is the biggest thing, and for most of us, right, especially if you get to the highest level or higher levels, that's been taking hours and years and of practice, right, in the making, and in that process, like you said, you get tied up in this story of who you are. And so how do we do that? I love it, man. And that's where, we've crossed paths and we've done some stuff at Cards and Culture, but talk to us a little bit about some of the specific things that you are doing that give people opportunity to understand that about themselves at a younger age.
For instance, we have a financial literacy program with our high school student athletes. So they learn about credit score. They learn about checking and savings accounts. They learn about investments and things of that nature. I had one kid particularly who's now at Southern University. He said he had no idea what a credit score was.
Yeah.
So we do different things like that. Every month we try to do some type of enrichment program that develops another skill set or sparks their interest. Just like last weekend, we had an opportunity to go to Cards and Culture, and they visited with you. So they learn about supply and demand. They learn about margins. They learn about how to operate and run a business. So now we just want to spark their minds in certain areas and on how to deal with life. They've met with a real estate developer. They learn about how to flip homes. So it's certain things that we're trying to get them attracted to, right, and get them exposed to outside of a Nazi camp, outside of a robbers camp, and outside how many stars I have behind my name. And look, all that is cool. We're not preaching. Don't do your best in that. We're not saying that. But what's going to happen is those things are temporary. It really is. They're temporary, and that's what we try to beat into them. This is temporary, but your life is forever. So and your life has a purpose. You know, the sports ends. The sports, you know, and sometimes the kids look at me crazy, especially when we go to schools and speak with different student athletes. When I tell them, look, sports is not your purpose, they kind of take a deep breath and sit back in their chair, and because it's not, because your purpose lasts forever, and sports doesn't.
Oh man. Yeah, I love that. And a lot of them don't even know that there's a possibility to do things outside of sport that give them what they want, right? A lot of people think of sport as it's going to, you know, save me, it's going to help my family, it's going to give us a better life, it's going to do these things, right? But people don't even know that they have the skill sets or abilities to do other things because they've been so good at sports their whole life, you know, and people push them into that. So I think that that's the coolest part that I got out of it too when you came to the shop was just showing these kids that it is a possibility. You can do this while you're playing, while you're a sophomore in high school, while you're doing this, while you're doing that. And just giving them that permission, you know, is a big thing because for a long time, at least my experience and my story was, don't worry about anything else. Like just focus on baseball and everything will take care of itself, right? Well, guess what? When I took a line drive off my hand and my career was over, like things are a lot different, right? So that's the thing that I think is so deep in the things that you guys are doing that are really cool with the foundation.
Oh, absolutely, man. And like you said, even last week when we came and visited, they had no idea about how much, I guess, investment goes into cards.
Right.
They had no idea. So as far as that, even that sparks their mind. Like, wait a minute, I can hold on to this card as value, pay a certain amount, and then it can be an investment in the future. I can get money back more than what I paid for. So it's just the small nuances like that that carries them a long way. As far as even job opportunities, a lot of kids, if they thinking about being an engineer, we set them up with the engineer company and spend a couple of days with them. So it's just about exposing them to different things. Now, are they going to remember everything that they did in the foundation? Are they going to remember everything in the financial literacy program? Absolutely not. But it is a seed that's been planted that eventually 10 years down the road is going to grow, and they're going to remember key things and key elements that's going to get them in the right direction in their life and have good success and also spread the message to their peers.
No, absolutely. And that was a big reason why I started Cards and Culture was sports cards are a great way. Like, and the reason I got into got into sports cards was I was treating them like assets, like stocks, you know, and things like that, where I was buying and selling and trading. And I was like, man, this is a cool way for kids to learn, like you said, the laws of supply and demand, investment laws, you know, buying, holding, selling, and all these different things. So, and if you can focus and just make it simple and be like, oh, you like Steph Curry, you see where this is going, or, you know, you see this as an investment opportunity, it's going to be valuable. Like, it's all the same things in business and life and all the other, you know, aspects. So I love what you're doing, and I love how you're using the real world and making connections with these kids and using your platform and your connections, your professional network to do that stuff. So thank you for everything you're doing. I think it's going to be something that we look back on, you know, years and years from now and just be like, wow, you've made a huge impact. So thank you, Darry. Appreciate it.
No, I appreciate you, Anthony, man. Every single day, I just want to make sure that we go in the right direction, living in the present moment. I'm a stickler. If you take care of the present, the future will handle itself.
Absolutely. Well, he's Derry Beckwith, and man, thank you so much for the time. We're going to get ready to roll up this segment and roll into the next one. I got my boy Ryan Verdugo, who has been a professional baseball pitcher for 15 years, coming on and joining me in this next segment. Darry, thanks again, man, and take care, man. All right, guys, that's 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
AFR.
AFR is brought to you by Pluckers, Nicholson, and Bluebonnet. Dine in or carry out 24 flavors of award-winning jumbo chicken wings, ice-cold draft beer, full-service bar, and sports on TV. What more could you possibly want? How about sandwiches? Well, they've got those. What about salads? Pluckers actually has really underrated salads. Giant, gorgeous, fresh salads. You can actually eat healthy at Pluckers. Or you could just binge. Award-winning jumbo chicken wings tossed in your favorite sauce. You want to create your own menu item? Do it. They encourage the creativity. Great sides as well, like the cheese fries, the El Guapo dip, maybe the homemade blue cheese potato chips, holy macaroni, fried pickles. They got it all at Pluckers. Nicholson, just south of campus. Bluebonnet right in front of the Mall of Louisiana. The best place to watch the game, which game? Any game, is at Pluckers. because you can eat wings, drink beer, and watch sports on TV. Remember, Pluckers, if you don't like our wings, we'll give you the bird.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
Bayou Ford has the new inventory to get you in a new Ford truck or SUV today, or customize your next vehicle just the way you want. All new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
If you're in an accident, a car accident, a slip and fall where you're injured, you need to call an attorney. The defendant insurance company, it's their goal to close the case as quickly as possible and pay out the least amount of money as possible. That's why it's important to call an attorney and call the law offices of O.C. Brown.
At the law office of O.C. Brown, we're a family-owned firm. We want to be your law firm for a lifetime.
ServiceMaster Elite create clean, disinfected work environments. As a local business, we take pride in serving the New Orleans and Baton Rouge areas. Our cleaning protocols follow CDC and OSHA standards for healthcare settings, offices, senior living, restaurants, and industrial plants. Contact ServiceMaster Elite to get your operation ready for reopening with germ disinfection cleaning. ServiceMaster Elite, the trusted choice in professional cleaning since 1996.
It's no secret. The best oysters in Baton Rouge are at Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar. Enjoy mouth-watering South Louisiana flavor and oysters from all over the country. And don't forget our nightly drink specials. Jolie Pearl Oyster Bar, located in downtown Baton Rouge.
Eli's always been into grilling. It took us a while to see it, but the signs were there.
What are you doing, Eli?
I knew grilling was my thing. I have been talking about it throughout my career.
Happy with the results?
I am. Got the new grill from barbecueguys.com. It performed great.
My advice, as I always told my boys,
do more of what you're born to do.
Barbecue Guys. For those
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by the Aesthetic Medicine and Anti-Aging Clinics of Louisiana, Baton Rouge, Lafayette, and online at theantiagingclinics.com. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
AFR is brought to you by South Point Volkswagen and SouthPointVW.com. New and certified pre-owned in Baton Rouge and online at SouthPointVW.com, where they just got in 4 truckloads of brand new Volkswagens. We know what the issues have been like in the auto industry for more than a year now. But at South Point Volkswagen, inventory on the lot. Check it out at SouthPointVW.com. Remember, if it's on the lot, it's online at SouthPointVW.com or hurry by South Point Volkswagen. Airline just north of Highland. They are Louisiana's largest volume Volkswagen dealer, South Point Volkswagen, with 9 different IIHS top safety picks, the safest vehicles on the road, the style, the feel, the performance of luxury, the great German engineering without the cost, and they've got inventory right now at South Point Volkswagen. What's your direction?
Welcome back to After Further Review with Matt Moscona. I'm Anthony Ranaudo, former LSU baseball player, filling in for the day. Matt's on vacation. Thank you guys for sticking with us. We've been here for 2.5 hours now. We got about 30 minutes left. If you guys are on your ride home, if you guys are just enjoying this Thursday evening, I hope it's going well for you. I hope you guys had a great day. We're going to continue with the LSU baseball talk. We're going to talk a little MLB. We're going to talk overseas baseball. I'm a baseball guy, so we're going to be heavy on the baseball today. And in this hour, I have the ghost of LSU baseball, Ryan Verdugo, with me. Ryan, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. What's going on?
We always call you the ghost, man. You were here for 1 year at LSU in the 2008 season when we went to Omaha. You were our Friday night pitcher, one of my best friends on the team. And now you've been playing for, I think we did the math on my podcast at one point, 15 plus years?
Yeah, well, I signed in 2008.
Right. Oh,
and then this year, I haven't been playing because of an injury. But yeah, I guess through the winter of this last winter, I've been going strong.
Wow. Well, I love it, man. You were first drafted by the Giants, and you made it up to the big leagues with the Royals, right? No, with the Royals, right? Yep. So that was really cool. And then you've played overseas, and you've bounced around so much, man. I've respected and appreciated your journey so much, not only as a friend, but as a former baseball player, somebody who was in that journey, that grind. I really appreciate it, man. So talk to us a little bit about your journey in the MLB and then even going overseas or professional baseball, I should say, in general.
Yeah, I got traded. I signed in 2008 with the Giants, like you said, and then I got traded to the Royals for Melky Cabrera.
Melky, I remember him.
Yeah. And then I got called up in 2012 for 4 days to be exact, made one start. Then actually with you one time I got traded.
That was cool.
I found out I was getting traded to your team, the Red Sox.
We were literally, we have to tell that story. That was pretty wild.
Yeah, so we had came back in town for the All-Star break here to Baton Rouge, and we were working out or we were throwing, and I got a call from the Royals GM, and it was like, "Hey Ryan, I got some bad news. We're trading you to the Red Sox." And I was like, and I looked at you, I was like, "Hey, I think we're going to be playing together again. I just got traded to your team."
Yeah,
I think we were over at Marucci, and that's just kind of how that happened.
It was so great. We were living together I had a house, and you were renting a room in my house, and then you came. It was so great that we were just staying there, and then it was like, all right, well, I guess we're flying to Pawtucket now.
Yeah. All right, see you in a day, man.
Yeah, exactly. That was so great. That was a funny story. And then it was funny, my first time getting traded from the Red Sox to the Rangers, you were actually in the car with me too. So
yeah, it was kind of the same thing. It was like, hey, the GM for the Rangers called me. I don't know what's going on here.
Yeah, baseball's funny like that. So yeah, you play professionally and over here for a while, and then where did you go first?
So after 2015, I didn't have any job offers in the States anymore, but I got a couple calls from teams in Mexico. And so I went down there. I had a little injury, rehabbed that, and then went back down in 2017 and played the summer and the winter down there. And while I was playing winter ball, I got discovered by a team in Taiwan, and they offered me a contract after that winter.
Nice. And then you played there for what, 3 or 4 years? How many years you played there? 2?
2 years.
2 years.
And then, yeah, I spent 2 years there, and then I actually went to Japan for the Olympic qualifiers with Team Mexico, which we qualified for the Olympics. And then, yeah, the cool thing I did over there in Taiwan, which and I don't know if anyone here knows because I'm the ghost. I threw a perfect game over there in Taiwan. It's the only one there in 30 plus years.
Dude, that is you knew I was going to tell that. That was going to be the majority of the story. I feel like I gas that up all the time because I think there has been 32 perfect games in MLB history. Like, let's just think about that and how many games have been played, how many pitchers have been through this system. Perfection is perfection. I don't care where it is, when it is. And then to be the first one in that league is pretty crazy. But then even the story was even better. So I if you got a couple minutes, can you tell us a story and how unique it was? Because it definitely wasn't a traditional perfect game.
No, not at all. So it was my last start of the regular season. They were kind of like, hey, we're just going to have you throw like 5-6 innings, get the playoff rotation kind of set up. I was like, okay, cool. So I go out and I'm through like 5 innings on, I think, 50 pitches or less. And I haven't given up a hit. I haven't walked anyone. Like, I'm just cruising. So I get through 9 innings. No hits,
so casual.
No walks.
I get through 9. You throw perfect 9 innings.
Yeah, through 9 perfect innings. I'm walking off the mound, and the umpire, who spoke very, very little English, he's like, hey, good job. I was like, thanks, but it's not over yet because it's 0-0.
That's so crazy. 0-0. Imagine that. Perfect game.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And I walked into the locker room for a split second just to grab something out of my locker. And I was like, all right, I'm going to go back out because the guy hitting has a little bit of pop, hit some home runs.
Yeah.
And as soon as I think the count was 0-2. As soon as I walk out, this guy hangs a breaking ball, and the guy hits a walk-off homer to complete the perfect game.
Dude,
so
crazy.
They're celebrating him, and then everyone at the same time is like,
oh, wait.
Oh, yeah, oh, crap. Like, you just threw a perfect game, too.
Yeah. Dude, that's so great. The videos of that, of like the home run, they're celebrating the walk-off, and then everybody realizes that you had the perfect game. So they're celebrating with you, and they don't know where to celebrate.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. It was so
and
great.
So in Asian baseball, they give an MVP after the game, and you usually have to do like a dance. But, I mean, I threw a perfect game. That guy hit a walk-off homer, so we had like a co-MVP. So at least I didn't have to do the dance in front of all the fans alone. Like, I had someone else to do it with me.
You guys were dancing together. That was the
difference.
Yeah.
You don't need to find that video online.
I think
you
I've
guys
seen
can
it.
live without that.
I think I've seen it. Were Dale and Cindy there with you, too, on that one?
No, but the team did fly them out for a ceremony afterwards because, it's obviously a big accomplishment. It's the only one that's happened there. So
yeah, absolutely. Oh my God, dude, that still makes me laugh so much. And just thinking about like you said, the celebration afterwards, and something that like is so unique to Asian baseball and different things is it just makes it so much more special. And just like I said, and then the funniest part that I think all the time is I remember getting this text message in our group chat, right? You're just like,
yeah.
It was like 8 o'clock, or it was like afternoon here, right? Because it was like probably nighttime over there, morning here, and you were just like,
it was morning because I think I was 13 hours ahead at the time, so it was night, so it would have been morning. Yeah. And I think I just wrote in the group like, hey guys, I don't know if anyone's still following me, but I threw a perfect game tonight.
I think it was like 2 different text messages because it was like, I don't know if anybody's following, and then it was like, or not, and then the next one was like, but I just threw a perfect game. And I was like, wait, what? I remember texting you and being like, you threw a perfect game?
Yeah. It took a long time for it to really set in because it's just kind of one of those really like cool out-of-body experiences.
Oh, man. I can't imagine what that was like. What was it like afterwards, too? Because you guys had to go into the postseason and everything. Was it just so – how did you pitch after that? Did you pitch well in the postseason?
Well, I made one relief outing before the playoffs started, and I think I punched out the side that next inning, and then I gave up a hit for the second inning I went out with.
Nice.
And then my first playoff start, they had flown my parents out, and I think I had a good playoff start the first round. The second round was just left a lot to be desired, but
that happens.
But I threw well like the first 1 or 2 times after that, and then the finals was rough.
That's good. That's all right. I was just wondering how long the perfect streak went. Like that, there was a kid from Japan, right, this year that had like a crazy perfect game streak or something. It was nuts.
Yeah, I think he threw a perfect game and then or no hitter.
Yeah.
And then he threw like another 7 or 8 innings and they pulled him.
That's what it was. Yeah, like he still had it going and they pulled him.
Yeah, that's just ridiculous.
Yeah, ridiculous. Oh, man. Well, that story will never get old, man, and I'm happy that we could tell it here, and hopefully some LSU fans heard that and can recognize, remember, put the pieces together because you were wearing those gold sleeves on the Friday nights, sweating it out for us, getting us to Omaha during that 25-game win streak. So appreciate your time here at LSU and all the baseball stories along the way and your career, man, and thanks for calling in and spending some time with us.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, stay tuned. We got one more segment left to finish this show up. When we come back, this is Anthony Ranaudo. This is 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
AFR.
AFR is brought to you by the Baton Rouge General Hospital, brgeneral.org, brgeneral.org. Remember the Baton Rouge General Express Care locations, brgeneral.org. Whatever symptoms you may be having, if you need to see a doctor quickly, but you don't want to go to the ER and maybe it's going to take a while till you can get in to see your doctor, just look up one of the Baton Rouge General Express Care locations. You can check in online. Go to brgeneral.org. There's the check-in online tab right there, brgeneral.org. And they got locations all over Baton Rouge, from Dutchtown to bordering LSU's campus and points in between. The Nicholson location is directly across from Tiger Stadium, and the Highland Road location is just through the south gates of LSU, right there in the shopping center. The Baton Rouge General Express Care and Urgent Care locations, walk-in urgent care 7 days a week for all the symptoms and what they treat. Check it out online at brgeneral.org. To check in online, it's right there at brgeneral.org.
Follow us on Twitter at 1045ESPN to cast your vote in the Citizens Bank and Trust poll of the day. Vote daily inside Off the Bench, Hunt, and Hill, the early line. And after further review, Citizens Bank and Trust brings you the poll of the day via Twitter at 1045ESPN.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has $5,000 off the new 2022 Wagoneer. We have Wagoneers in stock with $5,000 off. All new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty. The crew at Bayou is going to do right by you.
Are you a licensed contractor? There's lots of good contractors in Louisiana doing work the right way, but unfortunately, too many unlicensed contractors are working outside the licensing requirements. Working as a contractor in Louisiana requires a license for the company doing the work. The Louisiana State Licensing Board for Contractors wants to help you get licensed to allow you to conduct work legally. It's not difficult to get the license. We can help you. Go to lacontractor.org for more information. Licensed contractors, it's the law.
This is a house call. This is a follow-up appointment. This is a diabetes checkup. This isn't just more convenient care, it's more advanced care. This is innovating healthcare at Louisiana's #1 hospital, Auctioner.
Crime has serious consequences, but anyone can make a mistake. If you find yourself in trouble with the law, know that you have rights, and it's okay to demand them. The law offices of O.C. Brown are here to protect you and your rights. Felony or misdemeanor, DUI or drug charge. No matter what crime you're accused of, you still have rights. Let the law offices of O.C. Brown uphold them. Call 225-343-1111. Your law firm for a lifetime.
And this year, 2022, it's time to finally treat yourself. Bring your boat to the next level with front-to-back boat service. You want the latest and greatest marine technology? You want to go to the place that has not one, but two NMEA-certified techs. Family-owned and operated by the Sherman family for 30 years, Front-to-Back is the answer in Baton Rouge for all of your custom boat needs. So head to front-to-backboatservice.com or find them on Facebook, Front-to-Back Boat Service.
At All-Star Toyota, you get it all. If you're in the market for an all-new Toyota vehicle, come see our friendly and knowledgeable sales team at All-Star Toyota. Located in Baton Rouge at the corner of Airline and Goodwood, we've been serving our community since 2005 by offering a large selection of new Toyota cars, trucks, and SUVs. Get behind the wheel of your dream car and take a test drive at All-Star Toyota today.
After further review with Matt Moscona, presented by the Aesthetic Medicine and Anti-Aging Clinics of Louisiana, Baton Rouge, Lafayette, and online at theantiagingclinics.com. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria.
Welcome back to the final segment of After Further Review with Matt Moscona. I'm Anthony Ranaudo. I've been filling in for him all day today. And I say all day like I've been here all day, but I've only been here for 2 hours and 47 minutes. But thank you guys for being here. I appreciate it. If you guys have listened, stayed with me. We had a bunch of great guests on, so thank you to everybody who took some time out for me today and called in. We talked a lot about LSU baseball, a lot LSU football. I wanted to get to some Saints stuff, but I'm not crazy well-versed in Saints stuff. I'm from New Jersey originally, so I grew up a Giants fan. But I know, right? A little weird, I know. But we do have two Saints players coming to Cards and Culture June 18th. So that is a Saturday. And we will be hosting a couple guys, Trevor Penning, who just got drafted, as well as Pete Werner. So both guys are rookies, and I'm excited to have those guys. They seem like really cool guys, and it's going to be a fun time at Cards and Culture. We're going to do autograph signs. We'll have mini helmets. We'll have jerseys. We'll have other souvenir stuff. And I think the autographs are, $25 to $40, something like that. Just a great day over at Cards and Culture. And we're doing stuff like that, podcasting and NIL deals with a lot of guys and girls and LSU athletes. So please stop by. We're over in Perkins Row, right in the middle, right across from Francesca's, next to Altered State. And it's all collectibles. It's sports cards, memorabilia, sneakers, art, all kinds of stuff over there. But again, it's a community meeting ground for a lot of LSU sports stuff, Baton Rouge culture, a lot of cool stuff over there. And I would love to have you guys over there. I'm in there all the time. And, you know, I just like to talk. I just like to talk sports, LSU stuff. I have some great employees. You guys got a chance to meet Kylie, who works over there. She's head of our social media. She's just a great individual, too. She knows sports. And like I said, her grandfather was Roger Maris, who played for the Yankees, broke the home run record, still holds the AL home run record. And even though there's an asterisk around the overall home run record, I still consider him kind of the leader, even though I think Barry Bonds is the greatest hitter of all time. I really do think that. LSU baseball, though, we got a couple games coming up this weekend, right? So first game Friday, LSU's playing Kennesaw State, 6 p.m. Central Time, ESPN Plus. That's over in Hattiesburg Regional, the Southern Miss Regional. If anybody's interested in tickets, ticket prices include $115 for all season chairback seats, while all session general admission passes and wheelchair seating will be $90. All session general admission tickets for students for all competing institutions will also be $45. So you guys can go to, I think I'm going to find this website, but they actually gave the website, southernmisstickets.com, because I heard that they were actually going to try to keep that away from LSU fans. But if you're an LSU fan, you're interested in go checking out the LSU baseball regional. It's about an hour and a half, 2 hours maybe to Hattiesburg. I don't know, maybe somewhere around there. But I know our team would really, really enjoy that. And we have the best fans in college baseball, so would love to see you guys all over there. And the Tigers are the favorite to win this tournament, which is really weird to me. The odds came out for Caesars Sportsbook, and LSU is I think they were minus 140, I think, or something like that. And I think the Golden or Southern Miss was like plus 160. So pretty wild that that LSU is considered the favorite by the Sportsbook. So fans, we need you guys out there. It would be great to see y'all. Tonight we got the NBA Finals too. I'm excited about that because I like betting on that. So I took the Warriors on a bet in February. So I'm definitely a big Warriors fan tonight. But I'm definitely going to take some action. Let's look at some of the lines. I'm interested to see what we got here. I think the line was Golden State minus 3.5. So that was really interesting to me because I felt like a lot of people were talking about Boston winning this thing. So that was interesting to me, and I'm looking right now, and yeah, they're a 3.5. They're a 3.5-point favorite. So Golden State has the spread. The spread is Golden State minus 3.5. 76% of the people are picking them to win, but the matchup predictor, according to GameCast on ESPN, 59.6% have Boston winning. So that's interesting. I'm going to see what the over-under is. Over-under is 214. That's low from me. I'm a big over person because I like watching basketball and I like cheering for things going in. I don't like defense. I don't like having to have stops and big plays. That's cool at the end of the game and it makes it fun. But if I'm going over-under, I'm going over all day. So 214, give me the Splash Brothers. Give me Jordan Poole off the bench. I'm taking 214 over. I will do that. I think I'm going to take Boston to cover, though. 3.5, there's a lot of people taking Boston, so man, I want Golden State to win, obviously, because I put a futures bet on that in February, but I think I'm going to take Boston here. Yeah, I'm excited about that.
What are the odds on that futures ticket?
Let's see. I think it was plus 450. I'll tell you
right. February. I mean, they were rolling at that point, but that's still. I mean, that's All-Star break.
It might have been 850, honestly. Ooh. Let me check. I think it was 850 for. I put a futures on Milwaukee and and
the Middleton injury hurt Milwaukee.
Yeah, hurt
really
a lot.
Hurt them a lot. Yep. Yeah, their offense went. Their offense is already pretty predictable, and it kind of went down the drain after Middleton was hurt.
Let's see what we got here. Let's see these odds. All right, so I also have an LSU College World Series winner in there too.
Hey,
those odds are nice. Those odds were I got them at plus 1,800 before the season, so I threw a little money on that. I'll win $5,000 if that comes true. I put money on the Bucks. That one's out, obviously. And then I put so the odds were plus 450. Yeah,
that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's not bad
considering the season that Golden State had. I mean, to still be able to get them at plus 450 in February, starting the second half, that's solid.
Yeah, I felt good about it, so that's why I was like, I'm gonna throw some money down on this, and I like them in the postseason, dude. They're strong in the postseason. So
especially at home.
Yeah, and did you So they have 123 combined finals games or something
Isn't
like
that
that.
wild?
5 guys that have a ring, and Boston has 0.
6th finals in 8 years for the Warriors.
That's a wild stat right there.
It's like, now I'm going to blank on the teams. It was Jordan's Bulls, Magic Johnson's Lakers, and then there's one more that they're in the company with.
Was it?
I can't remember who it was now off the top of my head.
You're saying that had all the
that
experience?
Had the 6 finals in 8 years stretch.
Yep.
Oh, man, I can't remember the last one. There was one more, but I can't remember which one.
That 6 out of 8?
That's crazy.
Oh, my God.
And they rebuilt. I mean, they rebuilt.
That's what I mean. And there's a rebuild in there.
Yeah.
Oof. That's pretty impressive.
Steve Kerr, man. Pretty good.
Kerr. I love Steve Kerr, too. He's the greatest. But honestly, Boston has been doing this stuff. So when I played in Boston, they were building for this back then. They were making all those trades. Danny Ainge did a great job in their front office. So, yeah, I'm excited to see what they come up with this year. These
Should
finals.
be a good game tonight.
Yeah.
Should be a good series. It's got to at least go 6, I think.
Definitely. I hope it goes 7.
That'd be
be
awesome.
So great.
That'd be awesome. But at least 6. Like this, it's got to be tightly contested.
Yeah, and it's in Golden State tonight, right?
Mm-hmm. The first 2 are in Golden State.
Is this the first one in the new arena?
First finals, yeah.
Yeah, first finals in the new arena.
First finals in the new arena.
Ooh, that's gonna be fun.
They're gonna be rocking in there,
Yeah,
man.
9 p.m. Eastern time, I think, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
8 p.m.
they haven't
time.
lost at home yet in the postseason.
That's pretty wild.
That's nuts.
Oh my God.
They've been real good.
Yeah. Oh man, well, it's good stuff. It's basketball season, finals season. I feel like the finals take so long though. June is about to be so long for basketball.
Mario and I were just talking about that. If it goes 7, it'll end on June 19th. The first game is the 2nd of June, and if it goes 7, it will end on June 19th. It'll take half the month.
I'm actually surprised. I thought it would have been into the 20s. Honestly, I really did.
The playoffs started in late April? I mean, we've been at this almost 2 months now.
Dude, the NBA playoffs is just an eternity.
It really is.
Yeah, I don't know.
Really
I live for it, though. Well, thank you guys so much for being with me today. Again, I'm Anthony Ranaudo. I pitched here at LSU for the baseball team. We won a national championship in 2009, and I'm rooting for my LSU Tigers this weekend, if you guys can't tell. Thank you guys so much for being here. Matt Moscona will be back next week, I believe, and he's the greatest of all time, and he really is. So make sure you guys tune in. Thank you guys again, and come see me at Cards and Culture or F45, one of the two. Thank you guys.
AFR.
Brought to you by Shawbills Tire and Auto Service, ShawbillsTire.com. 18 locations in South Louisiana. Find the location nearest you at ShawbillsTire.com. Bumper-to-bumper auto service and name brand tires at wholesale prices. They will always find a way to get you the best possible price for the best possible tires on the road. That's what they do at Shawbills. And when they get you in by selling you the best tires, the cheapest price possible, they're going to treat you like family, and they're going to treat you so good you're going to keep coming back year after year after year every time you need anything for your vehicle. Tires rotated, oil changed, check engine light on, brakes squeaking, whatever's wrong with your vehicle, bring it to Shawbills. Let them give it the once-over, and you can always schedule online, so it's convenient. ShawbillsTire.com. Find the location nearest you at ShawbillsTire.com. Shop tires online at ShawbillsTire.com. Be sure to ask about the Shawbills credit card as well, because you can save $50 off your first purchase when you use the Shawbills credit card only at Shawbills.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Bayou Ford has the new inventory to get you in a new Ford truck or SUV today, or customize your next vehicle just the way you want. All new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million mile powertrain warranty. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
Join 100.7 The Tiger and Our Lady of the Lake Ascension, Saturday, June 25th at the Lamar Dixon Expo Center in Gonzales.
Enjoy live music from Ted Durr, Mike Broussard and the Night Train, and Jamie Badron and the Kickin' Cajuns. Make sure you grab a delicious plate of jambalaya from the Mike Ward's Liberty Safes Jambalaya Cook-Off to raise money for the Alzheimer's services of the capital area.
The Swamp Pop Music Festival with Supreme Chevrolet.
Louisiana's country station.
100.7 The Tiger.
This isn't just another day. It's so much more. Kelly's life was put on hold when her Ochsner primary care doctor discovered a rare blood disorder. Her doctor connected her to an Ochsner care team of cancer, heart, and kidney specialists. With multiple primary care locations around Baton Rouge, same-day appointments, and online scheduling, we're relentless about keeping you healthy. Ochsner Baton Rouge, innovating healthcare for Kelly.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.